The man started with the god-level talent, yin-yang reversal. All his skills would produce the opposite effect. He decisively chose the priest class. His healing skills instantly transformed into poison. One skill directly reduced the monster's health by half. The man's name was Jiang Chen. In his previous life, he was the strongest player on Earth. But at the peak of the path to ascension, he perished with the demon lord. When he opened his eyes again, he found himself unexpectedly reborn. 2.5 hours before the game's launch, it turned out to be a game called Ragnarok Online. Initially, people treated it just as a game, until one player discovered the game's attributes. It could actually be brought into reality. Everyone, in order to become stronger in reality, rushed to challenge the game's ascension stairway. Victory meant becoming a god. Defeat meant death. And the male protagonist, Jiang Chen, was the only human to reach the peak of the ascension stairway. At this moment, he was still looking around in a daze. Could it be that I've been reborn? Before he could collect himself, the door was suddenly kicked open. A woman with a voluptuous figure slowly walked in, saying, "Jiang Chen, what are you doing? I've been knocking for ages, and you wouldn't open the door. Do you still want this thing or not?" Saying this, he placed the box in front of Jiang Chen. Upon seeing the box, Jiang Chen's eyes lit up. Inside was the god's Twilight game helmet. Seeing Jiang Chen so excited, the girl complained resentfully, "A great beauty like me is standing right in front of you, and all you can see is the game." At that moment, the girl suddenly saw, "So you like this kind of thing? No wonder you're so attentive to me, top-notch butler." Jiang Chen chuckled softly, "Sister Royer, look what you're saying. Actually, I prefer black-stockinged mature women." Hearing this, Xia Rui leaned close to Jiang Chen, inquiring seductively, "So, sis, am I your favorite mature woman type?" Seeing this, Jiang Chen couldn't help but swallow. He said, "Sister Royer, you're hurting yourself." Xia Rui smiled and turned Jiang Chen's head. "Cut it out. Go play your game." Jiang Chen picked up his gaming headset and told her, "Gods, it's more than just a game." Jiang Chen quickly put the helmet on his head. As the server countdown ended, Jiang Chen's bioinformation authentication was successful. Character generation in progress. Moments later, Jiang Chen appeared in the initial hall of the gods. Here, every player who entered the game, everyone will immediately receive a talent. But suddenly, within Jiang Chen's body, two auras, one black and one white, appeared. And before him, a strange dialogue box popped up, detecting special energy, analyzing, processing. He then obtained the unique talent, yin-yang reversal. Grade unknown. Talent effect, can cause skills to have the opposite effect. Jiang Chen stared at the system prompt. He had never heard of a black and white talent in this game. Opposite effect. Could it be that his damage skills would become healing skills? What's the point of playing then? But soon Jiang Chen thought of a type of profession. He grinned. Without hesitation, he chose to become a priest. Immediately, after a flash of light, Jiang Chen was clad in a priest's robes. In this life, he named himself Fanchen. He could also slay gods. After preparations were complete, Jiang Chen was teleported to the novice village. Jiang Chen ignored the new players coming and going on the road. He just wanted to find a place to test the power of his talent. Every player starts with 10 points in each of the 4 attributes, and each profession comes with an initial skill. The initial skill for a priest is healing. Although it's not a damage skill, its healing power is not inferior to that of similar level. The attack skill has low damage. Suddenly, he noticed a small note below the skill box. Applying a talent to this skill can give the skill the opposite effect, and increase the skill effect by 50%. After level 10, the effect increases by 100%. And the priest class has a built-in 1% mana regeneration per second. If he only uses healing spells, I can completely ignore the mana cost. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen couldn't help but feel a surge of excitement. He couldn't wait to activate his talent, yin-yang reversal. Immediately, the effect of his healing spell became life absorption, and its potency was 5 times greater than before. Seeing the effect, Jiang Chen couldn't help but swallow. Is this damage reasonable? This is far more abnormal than his innate talent in his past life. It seems he has a better chance this life. Standing at the peak of the Divine Ascension staircase. Next, he needs to complete a hidden quest. Jiang Chen came to the green grassland alone. He knew that 2 hours after the server opened, there would be something in the dilapidated temple on the green grassland. A special NPC will appear, and it will only exist for 1 hour. Small players can use red sheep horns to exchange for beneficial buffs from the NPC. As the only player currently aware of this information, he vowed to obtain the server's first buff. Immediately, Jiang Chen cast a healing spell on Lazy Sheep. He directly lost 60 HP. The attacked Lazy Sheep immediately charged towards Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen simply sidestepped and easily dodged Lazy Sheep's attack. Then he raised his staff again, casting healing spells on Lazy Sheep. After casting 4 healing spells in a row, Lazy Sheep finally breathed his last. Jiang Chen picked up the crimson ram's horn that fell to the ground. It seems that without a critical hit, for healing spells are enough to poison a sheep to death. Jiang Chen embarked on the path of sheep poisoning. Until 2 hours later, he has already collected a full 705 red ram horns. In his previous life, he struggled with all his might to barely collect 200. It seems it's time to turn in the quest. Moments later, Jiang Chen arrived at the dilapidated temple. A group of players were constantly shouting here, asking for a team. Faced with a team invitation from a beautiful woman, Jiang Chen refused without hesitation. In his opinion, nothing is more important now than exchanging the server's number 1 buff. But even though he kept refusing, there were always beautiful women who would actively ask to team up with him. Jiang Chen was exasperated. He had no choice but to say that he only liked men. As soon as he said that, he directly fried the beautiful warrior's CPU. Jiang Chen came before an old man. The old man murmured, "Adventurer from another world, you should have been guided by the gods upon your arrival, but the temple is ruined, and the light of the gods is dim. Only the red ram's horn can communicate with the divine. The more of this you have, the stronger the god's blessing." Jiang Chen took out a bag of red ram horns and told the old man, "That's why I'm here." The old man opened the bag and was instantly shocked. "You actually have this many red ram horns?" Then the old man took all the red ram horns. "It seems the gods are watching over you." Then the old man clasped his hands together. He chanted an obscure incantation. A circle of red light suddenly erupted from his palms. It continuously expanded outwards, until it enveloped the statue behind the old man. Seeing this, Jiang Chen felt a surge of curiosity. What level of buff would he obtain in this life? The next second, a phantom angel appeared in mid-air. "Congratulations! You have received the hidden buff, Cupid's Blessing. The server's first buff is finally here." He eagerly checked the buff's effects. Cupid's Blessing. Gain a benefit when in a party with members of the opposite sex. With 3 members of the opposite sex reaching maximum intimacy, all party requirements can be removed. The man was instantly stunned. He had just said he didn't want to team up with a girl. Unexpectedly, he received this kind of buff. Jiang Chen bowed respectfully to the elder. He requested the elder to, communicate some more, to give him more buffs. The old man was so angry that he threw his staff at Jiang Chen's head. Jiang Chen looked at the girls. Seeing they already had their own teams, he felt a pang of discomfort. He wished he hadn't refused those girls earlier. He wondered if he could still find a team. Just then, he saw the female warrior, who had wanted to team up with him earlier. She wanted to. And the female warrior. "I'm troubled by this team." She just accidentally tapped accept on the team invite. At this time, Jiang Chen sent her a team invite. The girl instantly saw hope. She enthusiastically waved to Jiang Chen. "Isn't this the handsome guy from just now? What perfect timing." She then turned to apologize to the 3 people in the team. He lied, saying his friend had arrived. He said he was leaving the team. Meanwhile, Jiang Chen sighed inwardly. The party information just now showed the girl was already in another team. He had planned to go to the crowded village entrance to see if there were any girls looking for a team. The female warrior stopped him. Player Qi Ying applied to join the party. Jiang Chen looked exasperated. It clearly showed she was already in a party just now. The girl explained that she accidentally misclicked. The girl's party invite was accepted, and they went to grind monsters in the wild together. He didn't notice anything amiss. The gloomy expressions of the 3 idiots who were just rejected. Moments later, 2 of them teleported to the green plain. Qi Ying asked, "Manjia, little brother, aren't we going to farm for sheep horns?" Jiang Chen said that there wasn't enough time to go now. "Also, you can call me by my name." Hearing this, the girl happily called out, "Fanchen, brother, but there don't seem to be any monsters here." As soon as the words left his mouth, the sunny sky suddenly turned dark. A level 5 jackal monster suddenly appeared before them. Seeing this, the girl immediately assumed a fighting stance. Looking at the level 5 jackal, Qi Ying felt a wave of doubt. "We're a level 3 knight. Can he beat a nanny, a support character?" Jiang Chen raised his staff, leaving Qi Ying to watch the scenery. "He'll be back soon enough." Then he fought alongside the jackal monsters. Faced with the jackal monsters' pouncing attacks, Jiang Chen, with his nimble movements, easily dodged them all. He even occasionally gave the jackal monsters a dose of poison. Seeing this, Qi Ying was so scared she was dumbfounded. The priest, this little brother, is actually a big shot. Even a level 5 mage's fireball only does 30 points of damage, but the priest can directly break 100. Could he be hacking? But Qi Ying quickly dismissed that thought. After all, God is a game jointly developed by countries all over the world. No one can hack here. Meanwhile, Jiang Chen, with his skillful dodging, constantly moved between the attacks of the jackal monsters, rolling and tumbling. Qi Ying's eyes lit up. She was instantly smitten. She vowed to completely subdue Jiang Chen. But suddenly, Jiang Chen's loud shout interrupted her fantasies. The jackal monsters, it seemed, at some point, he even came up behind Qi Ying. trying to ambush her from behind. Seeing this, Qin Ying quickly raised her shield to block. Although she blocked most of the jackal monster's attack, she was still scratched on her arm by the monster. Jiang Chen immediately stood in front of Qin Ying, telling her to stand back and not be distracted. However, Qin Ying was just about to turn and leave the battlefield. Another jackal monster suddenly appeared from nowhere. Jiang Chen immediately charged into the middle of the two jackal monsters. He drew the monster's aggro. Qin Ying was stunned when she saw this. Such skillful maneuvering. Is this even humanly possible? 20 minutes later, Jiang Chen successfully killed the two jackal monsters. His level also rose to level 6. Meanwhile, a staff dropped on the ground. Jiang Chen picked it up and checked its attributes. It was merely bronze-tier equipment. Jiang Chen knew that if it weren't for the blessing of Eros, increasing the dropped equipment quality by 1, he would only be able to obtain white equipment. Jiang Chen summoned the system panel. I checked the intimacy level. The current progress is only at 57. And that number happens to be the number of monsters he killed just now. It seems that killing one monster only increases intimacy by 1 point. 10,000 points is no small number. Just then, a wolf howl interrupted his thoughts. The two turned their heads to see. It was a level 5 bronze boss. For every 10% of its health lost, it would launch a charge. Qin Ying's expression turned panicked. But Jiang Chen grinned. In his opinion, few people can defeat level 5 monsters these days, and a level 5 B0 SS. It's practically impossible for anyone to encounter one. If he defeats it now, he'll very likely get the first kill. Thinking this, Qin Ying blessed him and said, "You must follow his instructions. Block when I tell you to." Qin Ying immediately agreed. She immediately took up a defensive stance in front of Jiang Chen, preparing to withstand the impact. Meanwhile, Jiang Chen continuously released his poison milk from behind. Each release depleted the boss's health by 180 points. Jiang Chen released his skills while counting the number of attacks in his mind. 10,000 HP. Every 6 times the boss is poison milked, its HP will decrease by 10%. When the 6th instance of damage is dealt, the boss's eyes glow with a crimson light. Jiang Chen immediately shouted for Qin Ying to raise her shield to block. Hearing this, Qin Ying immediately activated her shield skill. A loud clang rang out. The boss and the shield collided head-on. Meanwhile, Jiang Chen leaped into the air from behind Qin Ying. He unleashed a skill, a healing spell. The boss's health bar rapidly decreased, thanks to their coordinated efforts. Finally, after 5 minutes, they successfully killed the boss. Seeing this, Jiang Chen let out a long sigh of relief. At this time, system prompts kept ringing. For basic attribute points added, gained 4 free attribute points, and the boss also dropped a silver grade razor dagger, as well as a sealed 2-star skill book. But because his level was too low, I can't learn it yet. Seeing this, Jiang Chen couldn't help but smile coldly. The item quality +1 buff is too good. The flowing cloud robe fits him perfectly. He added all the reward attributes to his intelligence. Now, the damage of a single healing spell is enough to instantly kill monsters below level 5. After receiving the rewards, Jiang Chen and the other prepared to return to the beginner village. However, 10 minutes later, they encountered 3 players from Qin Ying's former team in the wilderness outside the beginner village. The 3 immediately recognized Qin Ying, and glared fiercely at the 2. One of them even raised their bow and arrow, intending to teach Jiang Chen a lesson. Jiang Chen immediately sensed something was wrong. He dodged the incoming arrow with a side step. Then, he stared coldly ahead, not coming out. As soon as he finished speaking, 3 people emerged from the woods. Damn it, what luck. He even missed that shot. Seeing this, Qin Ying loudly scolded the 3. Why are you attacking Brother Fanchen? The man who just shot the arrow said with a sneer. Do you think our team is a public toilet? Come and go as you please. Seeing how slow you are returning to the novice village, we'll send you on your way. Saying that, the mage in the team released a fireball at the 2 of them. Qin Ying immediately shielded Jiang Chen. She blocked the attack, but Jiang Chen remained calm, even revealing a sinister smile on his face. He hadn't encountered such enthusiastic equipment donating players in a long time. Without a word, he threw a devastating attack. The archer hit was instantly killed. The other 2 exclaimed in disbelief. How can a cleric have a damaging skill, and the damage is so insane? Is this guy hacking? Jiang Chen dismissively dug at his ears. Yeah. Remember to report me after I'm dead. Saying that, a single toxic milk instantly killed the mage. The remaining warrior was stunned. His health bar couldn't withstand even one of his toxic milks. He hurriedly apologized, trying to get Jiang Chen's forgiveness. However, Jiang Chen didn't give him a chance. With a flash of his staff, the warrior was instantly killed. After dealing with the 3 of them, Jiang Chen collected the equipment dropped by the 3. As long as he sells this equipment, he'll have enough money to unlock that 2-star skill book. After returning to the novice village, Qin Ying went to submit her quest alone. While Jiang Chen went to the trading post, he put all the useless equipment he obtained up for sale on the trading post. In a short while, he earned 8 gold and 91 silver. These are enough for him to unseal the skill book. Jiang Chen, without stopping, arrived at the junior priest tutor's room. He saw a man wearing only overalls and a spiky hairstyle, enthusiastically greeting him. "Welcome to the heart healing hut. I'm your tutor, wrote." Seeing this, Jiang Chen couldn't help but cover his forehead. He quickly handed the skill book to his mentor. The priest mentor's methods are this wild. After receiving the skill book, Rote revealed a sinister smile. He immediately demanded 5 gold coins. Jiang Chen didn't want to stay a moment longer. He unhesitatingly gave him 5 gold coins. Rote, having received the gold coins, broke the seal on the skill book with a satisfied expression. A moment later, he handed a healing ray skill book to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen's face lit up upon seeing the skill. This skill is a god-tier skill for early-game priests. It's the perfect AoE skill. After receiving the skill, Jiang Chen prepared to meet up with Qin Ying. But on the road, I encountered an older woman pointing at a young girl and yelling, "Tao Xiaoyao, as long as I'm here, you won't be able to level up in the god's world." Jiang Chen was startled after hearing this. Zhu Lai, the world's #1 summoner in the early stages, was actually being bullied like this. Anyway, I still need 2 girls to form a team. I might as well help her out. Thinking this, Jiang Chen proactively walked up to Tao Xiaoyao, extending his hand. "Team up, girl." Seeing the team invitation from Jiang Chen, Tao Xiaoyao asked in disbelief, "You really want to team up with me? Otherwise, why would I want your kidneys?" But Tao Xiaoyao glanced at the woman threatening him, indicating that she didn't want to affect Jiang Chen, because she was forbidden from leaving the novice village. The woman beside him impatiently instead extended her hand towards Tao Xiaoyao. "I specialize in curing all kinds of foolish righteousness." Hearing this, the woman sneered at Jiang Chen with disdain. "Tao Xiaoyao would never go with you." However, before he could finish speaking, Tao Xiaoyao agreed to join Jiang Chen's team. Seeing this, the woman angrily stopped Tao Xiaoyao. These words completely angered Jiang Chen. But this woman is really quite infuriating. Saying this, he released a burst of poisonous energy. It brushed past the woman's face. It happened to hit a rabbit passing by. Seeing that Jiang Chen could instantly kill the rabbit, Jiang Chen wasn't interested at all. In answering the woman's question, he took Piao Xiaoyao's hand and turned to leave. He was going to meet Qin Ying at the village entrance. At that time, Qin Ying at the village entrance looked at the suddenly appearing teammates with a puzzled expression. Before, Mingming was all alone. She could only comfort herself. She asked where they were going. Soon, the 3 of them arrived at their destination. "Protect yourself and don't cause them trouble." Then she walked towards the monster group alone. Jiang Chen had just entered the wilderness area, when a level 7 chain zombie appeared. It pounced towards him. A 2-star skill, the dry light, shot out, taking out the 2 beside it as well. "My monster slaying speed is much faster now." Seeing this scene, their eyes instantly lit up. Unexpectedly, Jiang Chen is this powerful. But this is the level 6 to 10 monster area. With the players' current levels, even in a team, this area is unconquerable. But Jiang Chen shows no pressure whatsoever. Are Qin Ying and the great god Fanchen a couple? She and the great god Fanchen only just met. Tao Xiaoyao was even more puzzled. Then why did the great god bring us along? Qin Ying also sensed something was amiss. At that moment, Tao Xiaoyao suddenly covered her face. She had that kind of suggestive thought. Qin Ying suddenly realized. But on second thought, she felt something was wrong. Jiang Chen clearly said before that he liked men. Could it be that he was trying to hide his unusual preferences? Did he deliberately form a group with 2 girls? This is so exciting. Someone actually reached level 10 first. You're on the level ranking list. Jiang Chen, however, looked puzzled after hearing this. After quickly killing the surrounding monsters, it caused the level ranking list to be released early. Yet, he occupied the 10th spot on the ranking list, with a level of only 8. Jiang Chen looked at the names on the leaderboard, lost in thought. But that guy, after all, has superpowers paving the way. My own performance can't compare. The 2 girls in his team blamed themselves with aggrieved expressions. It's all because they held us back. They held Jiang Chen back. When Jiang Chen smiled gently. He said it wasn't their fault. Besides, it's not the first time now. And that doesn't mean it won't be in the future. But before he could finish speaking, Tao Xiaoyao pointed in one direction and exclaimed. Jiang Cheng followed her gaze. It was actually a low-level attached-type pet. Jiang Cheng's expression changed upon seeing it. He hadn't expected it to be a pet that could add buffs, an attached type. The two girls looked excited. Brother Fanchen is going to tame a pet. Just then, Jiang Cheng suddenly felt someone approaching from behind. It was the woman who had bullied Tao Xiaoyao before. She had brought her team to find them. The woman threatened Tao Xiaoyao. I told you. Unless you stay in the safe zone forever. Otherwise, I'll kill you every time you come out. At that moment, Tang Xiaoyao saw the woman coming to seek revenge. He was immediately scared and trembled uncontrollably. To avoid burdening Jiang Cheng and the others, he quickly turned his head and asked Jiang Cheng to kick him out of the group. He didn't want to cause Jiang Cheng any more trouble. But Jiang Cheng chuckled. In his opinion, these small fry weren't even considered trouble. At best, they were just delivering equipment. Hearing this, the woman became furious. A young soldier behind her reminded him, Jiang Cheng is on the leaderboard. But another companion retorted, so what? He's just a priest after all. Jiang Cheng impatiently asked them. Fight or get out of my way. If you're not fighting, then scram. Seeing him so arrogant, the woman glared fiercely at Jiang Cheng. Since that's the case, I'll teach you a lesson. She then commanded her troops to prepare for an attack. A soldier took a stride, shielding the woman. Meanwhile, the woman unleashed fireballs from behind. Seeing this, Jiang Cheng calmly commanded Qin Ying to use their shield to block. A giant fireball, swirling with countless fiery serpents, collided with Qin Ying's shield. A cold glint flashed in Jiang Cheng's eyes. He finally made his move. He randomly unleashed a healing ray, instantly wiping out the entire squad. Qin Yin happily leaped into the air, shouting about splitting Chen Niu and taking the spoils. Xiao Jian's face was filled with shock. What the hell is going on? Jiang Cheng began to prepare to capture the pet. He instructed the two that if any players came, they should immediately leave the team and attack him. There are two ways to subdue the pet. One is to use a special item to capture it. The other is to rely on standing still or skillful technique. And the spirit showed a pleased expression. Jiang Chen instructed his teammates to attack themselves if they were in danger. Then he directly entered the illusionary challenge. To capture the dream fairy, to do so before his health bar emptied, he had to find the fairy's true form within the illusion. He knew that these illusions, seemingly flying all over the place, actually followed fixed trajectories. Only the main body would fly around without leaving a trace. Jiang Chen carefully observed the trajectory of each fairy. He quickly found the true main body of the dream fairy. Without a word, he directly cast a healing spell. System prompt. Congratulations. You have captured the dream fairy pet. Immediately afterward, Jiang Chen woke up in the game. He opened his eyes to see the two women, looking at him with puzzled faces. Master Fanchen, you're finally awake. You suddenly lost consciousness just now. Hearing this, Jiang Chen smiled faintly and explained. Subduing a pet will cause one to fall into an illusion. I was just challenging myself in an illusion. Hearing this, Qingsui's eyes lit up. Stroking the sprite's head, she asked, was it a successful capture? Jiang Chen truthfully told her, yes. This dream fairy's skill is blink. It can instantly move to any point within a 5-meter radius. 5-minute cooldown. Saying this, he showed the two women his newly acquired skill. Seeing this, the two women's eyes shone with affection. They exclaimed that Jiang Chen was so handsome. Could he be a reincarnated god? After the skill was released, to Jiang Chen's surprise, because of the halved effect of Cupid's buff, his skill cooldown was reduced to 2.5 minutes. It seems I've struck gold this time. Only then did Jiang Chen notice that the two women were staring intently at him, wearing expressions of infatuation. Jiang Chen muttered softly to himself, why do these two girls seem so silly? Forget it, I'll go grind monsters. Qin Ying was quietly watching from behind. She's so pretty, but why is he gay? Sure heard this. Tao Xiaoyao, who was nearby, was instantly shocked. 10 minutes later, Jiang Chen looked at the bow and arrows that had dropped to the ground. He calculated that he finally got a good drop. Although he couldn't use them, he should be able to sell them for 40 or 50 gold coins. Just then, Jiang Chen suddenly felt a murderous intent coming from behind him. Turning his head, he saw it was a level 9 silver rank boss, the Decaying Soul Reaper. Seeing this, Tao Xiaoyao reminded Jiang Chen, the Decaying Soul Reaper has two skills. One is Corrosive Phlegm. It can not only cover a 4-meter radius around it, dealing damage, but also slow down by 30%. The other is the Flying Scythe Soul Reaping. It can pull the target back in front of you, dealing 200% damage, plus a 3-second stun. Jiang Chen was a little surprised after hearing this. Tao Xiaoyao had actually seen this before. Tao Xiaoyao said with a serious expression. She had only seen it in the official Monster Compendium. He had simulated several fighting styles before, but it requires a warrior's cooperation. Qin Ying, holding her shield, asked herself, will my shield block work? Tao Xiaoyao sighed helplessly. It's difficult. Even if someone a level higher comes, it's very easy to die. Hearing this, Jiang Chen sighed inwardly. Tao Xiaoyao truly lives up to her reputation as the top summoner of her past life. She was spot on. But he felt he still had a fighting chance. As soon as he said that, the two women were immediately a little confused. Do you need my help? I can raise my shield to block. No need. You guys find a safe place to stay. I can handle this alone. Saying this, Jiang Chen leaped into the air, drawing the boss's aggro. Tao Xiaoyao was shocked at the sight. Are you sure you can really fight it? Jiang Chen sent a beam of light. The boss lost a lot of health, but its health bar didn't move at all. After the monster was attacked, it suddenly spat out a glob of phlegm. Fanchen God's movements are so skillful, but how will he dodge the upcoming Scythe of Souls? How will he dodge it? After consuming 10% of its health, the boss unleashed the ultimate move, Flying Lean's Soul Hook. Qin Ying loudly warned Jiang Chen to be careful. Jiang Chen showed no fear in the face of the oncoming scythe. He instantly merged with the Dream Fairy. The moment the scythe was about to hit him, he decisively activated his teleportation. Then he reappeared suddenly behind the boss. The magic staff in Jiang Chen's hand emitted a dazzling blue light. The boss turned his head in terror, but it was too late. The boss was brutally killed by Jiang Chen. At this time, a system prompt appeared. Congratulations. You have achieved the first kill of the Decaying Soul Reaper. Reward, Gold Tier Frost Staff, Gold Tier Phantom Boots, Gold Tier Blood-Tide Blade, Rare Moonlight Dress Blueprint. I can use the staff and shoes myself. The Blood-Tide Great Blade can be auctioned on the trading post. As for the Fashion Blueprint, you can keep it for now. Wait until the influx of life skill players to sell it. Jiang Chen looked at the two women and suddenly asked, let's call it a night. Will you be online tomorrow? The two girls repeatedly said they would still be online. The three of them agreed to meet again tomorrow. Jiang Chen then logged out of the game. Returning to the real world, he threw himself onto the bed and fell fast asleep. His beautiful neighbor came to wake him up, and brought him breakfast as well. Jiang Chen opened the door and complained, Sister Royer, so early in the morning, what's this? Pushing it to Jiang, proudly saying it to his chest. This is breakfast I specially brought for you after my morning run, little brother. Hearing this, Jiang Chen accepted the breakfast and jokingly said, thank you, Sister Royer, but I'll only pay you. You're so quick-witted, aren't you? Then Xia Royer asked Jiang Chen. Upon learning that the two weren't together, she remained seated. She had wanted Jiang Chen to help her level up. She heard that this game was particularly profitable, that it could be exchanged for 75 RMB. Later, she estimated it could be exchanged for over 100. At this time, Jiang Chen suddenly remembered that Xia Royer's major was fashion design. So I thought I'd give her the fashion design blueprints. Jiang Chen suggested Xia Royer choose the tailor profession. After level 10, you can make and sell all kinds of fashion. It's the most profitable profession in Gods. Xia Royer was instantly interested after hearing that, but she's only level 3 now. Jiang Chen said indifferently, I'll write a strategy guide for her when I have time. This is a piece of cake for him. After Xia Royer left, Jiang Chen put on his helmet again. Today's goal is to reach level 10. He received a message from Tao Xiaoyao as soon as he logged in, asking Jiang Chen to call her when he came online. She's even online earlier than me. But right now, he needs to go to the trading hall first. I hung up yesterday's spoils. After making all the preparations, Jiang Chen set off to meet the two women at the village entrance. Seeing Qin Ying yawning repeatedly, Jiang Chen smiled and asked her if she had been out thieving last night. Bao stayed up until 3 in the morning last night. Hearing this, Tao Xiaoyao also became excited. There were so many new monsters I didn't recognize that were added last night. And those big shots who reached level 10 are all stuck in the ancient secret realm. They can't go to the main city. How come I didn't know? Isn't this the top post on the forum from last night? Don't you use the forum to look at gossip? But what is this ancient secret realm? Is it that you can't go directly to the main city after level 10? To reach the main city, you need players. First, you must clear the dungeon, the ancient mysterious realm, to open the gate. Jiang Chen pondered after hearing this. The time he first cleared the dungeon in his past life. But this time, he needs to open it earlier. He called the two women and prepared to level up in the wild. Moments later, the two women, dressed elegantly, were running wildly in the open. Tao Xiaoyao shouted. It's my fault for bringing you. I calculated based on the god's abilities. Hearing this, Jiang Chen sighed. He's truly worthy of being the top summoner in his past life. Then he went all out. Many monsters fell under his toxic support, and his level reached 10. Skill strength increased by 100%. Jiang Chen's eyes went wide with astonishment. This talent is simply too unbelievable. Now he's preparing to help the two women. He'll raise their levels to 10. Then he'll go to the ancient secret realm too. When he arrived at the ancient secret realm checkpoint, he found that many Spectator players had already gathered. Everyone was speculating which team would be the first to clear the secret realm. After all the large guilds had failed. Even the largest guild, Imperial Dynasty, had been completely wiped out once. Hearing the whispers around them, Qin Ying and Tao Xiaoyao secretly rejoiced. Luckily, they had latched onto Jiang Chen, this big shot. Luckily, they got Jiang Chen, this big shot, on their side. They firmly believed Jiang Chen will definitely be the first to clear the level. Thinking of this, they became even more determined. Their thoughts strive to be. As soon as they entered the instance, they immediately felt a chill. An ancient, imposing door with perfectly square corners. Place 4 stone platforms. Qin Ying asked with a puzzled expression. Why are there no monsters in this instance? Jiang Chen stepped onto a stone platform, while also having the 2 women stand on a platform each. Hearing this, the 2 women obediently followed. At this time, Tao Xiaoyao couldn't help but ask. There are a total of 4 stone platforms here, but there are only 3 people's feet. What about the remaining one? Aren't you a summoner? Just summon a creature to stand on it. Hearing this, Tao Yao immediately cast a summoning spell. A big yellow dog jumped out of the magic circle. After the big yellow dog stood on the stone platform, several cave monsters crawled out from the central door. They include the 7 professions from the god's realm. Jiang Chen slowly descended the steps. He reminded the 2 women about these minor monsters. They possess the basic skills of each profession, and their attributes are almost the same as a level 10 player. Qin Ying's heart pounded upon hearing this. Then aren't they incredibly strong? But Tao Xiaoyao laughed. No. This means the great god can instantly defeat them. Jiang Chen raised his staff high. A ball of blue light continuously gathered above. The first wave of skeleton monsters were instantly poisoned to death by Jiang Chen's toxic milk. Unlike Qin Ying's surprise, Tao Xiaoyao had investigated these monsters' strength on the forum beforehand. Currently, only Jiang Chen could kill them so easily, and Jiang Chen was very excited at this moment. This was since he leveled up to 10. Now, except for invincible defensive skills, he can ignore defense and deal true damage. Just then, Jiang Chen's eyes lit up. It turned out to be a server-wide announcement from the system. The leaders of the major guilds were all begging him to sell them the blood-tied blade. Looking at the system messages popping up continuously, Jiang Chen's eyes shone. He hadn't expected the blood-tied blade to be so sought after, but he quickly calmed down. So many big shots are vying for this blood-tied blade. Could it be for the first clear of the ancient? Thinking this, Jiang Chen couldn't help but chuckle. He casually threw out a bit of negative energy, instantly killing the second wave of skeleton monsters. If that's the case, then it's even more impossible for him to let the auction end early. He's going to slow down the monster killing speed now. When the time comes and the equipment is sold, he can also get the first kill reward. This time, he's really going to make a killing. It's worth a full 10 million. Is this game really that profitable? Tao Xiaoyao waved his hand and told Qin Ying, only the top players can make money. Others simply can't solo this. Even with a team, the shared benefits might not outweigh the losses. Watching Jiang Cheng's effortless fighting from behind, the 2 women became even more determined to level up. At this time, the dungeon finally stopped spawning regular monsters. Elite guards. Seeing this, Tao Xiaoyao shouted to warn Jiang Cheng. These elite monsters are incredibly strong. Level 23 guilds were all wiped out here. Jiang Cheng threw out a jinx. That monster didn't even die. Jiang Cheng's expression instantly turned serious. Fortunately, he could kite and defeat these monsters. When the monsters reach 10% health, they activate their invisibility skill. Only when the monsters attack will the invisibility effect will disappear. Jiang Cheng dodged while thinking about how to cope. All the wild monsters activated their invisibility skills. Seeing this, a cold light flashed in Jiang Cheng's eyes. Tao Xiaoyao and Qin Ying, beside him, also worried about Jiang Cheng. The damage from these small monsters was far higher than Jiang Cheng's health. Jiang Cheng instantly merged with the Dream Fairy, activating the teleportation skill. Jiang Cheng instantly appeared above the monster. As he unleashed his potent poison, the monsters glowed brightly green. A white cloud-grade jade bone shield dropped to the ground. Seeing this, Qin Ying and Tao Xiaoyao beside him, once again committed a peach blossom incident. This timing is not something just anyone can learn. Before the 3 could celebrate, a violent tremor shook the instance. A giant hand burst from the earth. When the dust settled, a skeleton boss wielding a purple crystal orb suddenly appeared before the 3. Looking at the boss's skill description, a thin sheen of sweat instantly appeared on Jiang Cheng's face. Mana burn. I can fire a beam of light at the furthest target, reducing that target's mana by 10%. Lasting 10 seconds, soul confusion, health reduced to 10%. Force the enemy to take 100% true damage. Only a hollow sound is heard. I am the Empire's chief mage, Wuyo the Ant. How dare you desecrate this ignorant tomb? I hereby sentence you to death. Jiang Cheng clutched his forehead, suffering a terrible headache. The boss's 2 skills are all targeted at healing-type professions, so it's specifically targeting me, huh? But the crystal ball in the boss's hand is a good thing. A top-tier item that can only be obtained. Chen turned to tell the 2 women that this boss was easy. Wait, I'll initiate the attack and draw aggro. You two, attack while you have the chance. This is the guild annihilating boss. But they quickly recovered. They listened intently to Jiang Cheng's commands. After everything was prepared, Jiang Cheng charged towards the boss. Qin Yin and Tao Xiao Yao can handle the mana burn, and the soul confusion. Zi Bao can use the phantom boots skill to solve this. The boss, struck by the poison, instantly flew into a rage. You lowly beings dare trespass here. I will send you to your deaths, leaving you without a grave. The 2 women behind him sensed the boss's power. They were instantly filled with awe. The immersive experience of this game is so real. Jiang Cheng closed his eyes tightly. They're making fun of this boss. He's all bones and still so edgy. Meanwhile, the boss has finished gathering energy. A mass of purplish-red energy forms in front of him. The next second, it shoots towards Jiang Cheng at incredible speed. Jiang Cheng simply sidesteps to avoid it. Then he raises his staff. He hurls a poisonous spell at the boss. He shouts at Qin Ying and Tao Xiao Yao to attack now. Quickly retreat after attacking. When Yanqing, Ying, and Tao Xiao all unleashed their signature skills, all attacking the boss. However, the total damage was only 20 points. But this had already achieved Jiang Cheng's goal. This would allow the boss to identify them as the furthest targets. All he needs to do is watch out for soul confusion. Sure enough, the boss's hands are sharp. The crystal ball emits purplish-red flames outwards. Jiang Cheng seized the opportunity to fiercely attack the boss. Quickly, he depleted the boss's health by 10%, triggering the soul confusion skill. The boss raised the crystal ball high. Purple energy continuously converged. Then, it heavily crashed down on Jiang Cheng. But Jiang Cheng grinned. A value of -1,500 floated above Jiang Cheng's head. He fell backward onto the ground. Qin Yin was shocked. Brother Fanchen was instantly defeated. Wait, that number is gray. That's not right. No sooner had he finished speaking than Jiang Cheng snapped his fingers from a short distance away. This is precisely the illusionary boots equipment. Demonstrating a single target damage. At this time, a message came from the system auction house. It has already reached 30,000 gold coins. Seeing this, Jiang Cheng couldn't help but grin. The rest seems to be unrelated and possibly a username or stream tag and is omitted. This ascension rate. I don't even know. Waiting for me to finish the strategy. Seems to be unrelated and possibly a username or stream tag and is omitted. What kind of surprises will the major guilds give me, Uncle Mao? At this moment, the Heavenly Court guild leader, Yan Luo, is closely watching the auction house. As long as he gets the blood-tied blade, he's confident he can clear the ancient. Under his continuous bidding, he finally successfully purchased it for 60 million. Yan Luo is eager to head to the ancient. However, he had just gotten up when he received a world announcement. Congratulations to players Jia Qinying, Fan Chen, and Tao Xiaoyao for clearing the ancient. First kill achievement completed. Hearing this news, Yan Luo went completely numb. He then angrily smashed the table. Immediately go and investigate. No matter which guild these 3 people belong to, I will make them pay. The ancient mystery realm boss has been beaten to a pulp. Jiang Chen looked at the system prompt and couldn't help but laugh out loud. Not only did his level increase to 11, he also obtained the title of Pathfinder. This will increase his drop rate by 50%, combined with the +1 drop quality buff. He then proceeded to check the boss's dropped equipment. The ancient and mysterious magic orb has a 20% chance to trigger a double effect for summoners. The effect is halved during combat. Rage Ring increases critical strike damage by 5%, and a sealed 3-star skill book. Fan Chen looked at the dropped equipment, quite satisfied. 2 out of the 3 pieces of equipment are usable for him, and although the probability of getting skill books from the ancient mysterious realm is high, he didn't expect his luck to be this good. He actually obtained a 3-star skill book. However, this successful strategy also owes to the contributions of Tao Xiaoyao and Qin Ying. Thinking of this, he prepared a bronze-level piece of equipment for each of the 2 women. Hearing this, Qin Ying and Tao Xiaoyao excitedly jumped 8 meters in the air. Fan Gu croaked. Unexpectedly, they weren't much help. Following this, the 3 prepared to leave the instance and head to the main city. As soon as the 3 emerged, they immediately caused a sensation among the onlookers. Qin Ying is the real big shot. They insisted on taking a photo with her. After all, among the 3 of them, only she is a warrior. Jiangzhua and Taxiawayo didn't explain, telling Qin Ying that they'd wait for her back at the newbie village. Then they turned and left, leaving Qin Ying completely bewildered, stunned in place. Moments later, the 3 successfully met up at the novice village's teleportation array. Seeing Qingying return, Jiang Chen immediately activated the teleportation array, and teleported them to Julu City. He told the two women to go explore for a while, to see if they could run into any hidden characters. He arrived at the Julu City Treasury office and spoke to the NPC shopkeeper. Hearing someone wanted to buy a shop, the NPC's eyes lit up. He asked Jiang Zhuo whether he wanted a shop in the city lord's mansion, or one on the streets outside. Jiang Zhuo told him the city lord's mansion has a daily listing limit. You can sell unused items and equipment here. And after Royer Jia becomes a tailor, she can also sell them here. He pointed to several shops in the middle. I need 6 shops. Can the annual rent be a little cheaper? Hearing the quantity, the NPC gave a. He rented 6 shops for the year. Jiang Chen didn't even hesitate before renting them. Then he went to the priest class instructor's room. He was preparing to unseal the 3-star skill book. But when he opened the door, he was immediately aroused. There were even more than I had. Jiang Chen trembled slightly. Saying he was here to unseal the skill, the tutor was greatly surprised after receiving the skill book. This was actually a 3-star skill, after paying 50 gold coins as a reward. Jiang Chen immediately received a system prompt. Release a 20-meter diameter hexagram formation. Friendly units within the formation recover health per second. Jiang Chen's eyes lit up when he saw this skill. If he added the yin-yang reversal, wouldn't it? He immediately applied the yin-yang reversal to the skill. Restore 100% health. Instantly changed to deducting 200% health. This means that as long as the magic array is activated, a 20-meter diameter field will be formed. After doing all this, he prepared to rendezvous with the two women. Should we take the Jianjing task, relying on luck? Because the monsters in this mission have extremely high drop rates and experience points, he directly assigned the task to Qingying. A little Gaga rushed to Yen Luo, telling him that the guild had found the players who are going to steal their first clear. But it said that among the 3, there's a top-ranked female paladin in the national server, and a priest on the leaderboard. Offending them rashly wouldn't be wise. He's been blinded by rage. Since they stole my first kill, they'll pay the price. He ordered his subordinates to gather all guild members. He wants those 3 to know Tian Ting's interests are not to be violated. After all, Pantheon isn't just a game. Soon, a large group of people marched towards Julu City. Meanwhile, in the real world, Leng Feng, the guild leader of Xiongtu, also received this news. He knew that Yen Luo wanted to use this opportunity to build up the reputation of the Heavenly Court Guild. But he can't hog all the good things. Leng Feng, without a word, directly put on his VR headset. He wasn't there to participate and get a share, but to win Jiang Zhuo over. At this moment, Jiang Chen and the others had arrived at the mission location, the Dream Demon Forest. As soon as they entered the instance, a system prompt appeared. You have entered the Demon Realm Rift. The infinite challenge begins. Persevere for 10 minutes to complete the challenge. As the challenge begins, a horde of demonic soldiers with horns on their heads emerges from the fissure. Jiang Chen instructs Qingying to be responsible for tanking the monsters, keeping the monsters at a distance. Following the order, Qingying directly confronts them. Xingxing withstood the monster's attack. Meanwhile, Jiang Chen prepared the little holy light apocalypse array in the rear. A hexagram array rapidly spread outwards, centered on the ground beneath Jiang Chen's feet. Countless monsters were instantly killed, and their dropped equipment filled his inventory. The extra, useless equipment was perfect for feeding the magic crystal ball. Under his fusion, the magic orb's rank successfully rose from silver to gold. The effect of dual casting was directly doubled. Jiang Chen looked at the equipment description, his eyes widening in astonishment. 40% dual casting. At this time, Qingying again attracted a group of monsters, shouting, Brother Fanchen, if you don't help me, I'm going to die. Jiang Chen's gaze turned cold upon hearing this. He signaled Qingying to quickly come to his side. Immediately afterward, a circle of small saint light apocalypse arrays once again instantly killed all the monsters. Qingying looked back affectionately. Almost died. Jiang Chen's level also increased to 12. At this time, the system prompted the 3 of them. Infinite challenge task completed. But Jiang Chen asked the other 2 to wait a moment. There was one last monster that hadn't appeared yet. Sure enough, a moment later, from the crack, a silver-level elite monster emerged. He wasn't bringing a girl at all. He was doing it for the elite boss after the level ends, because he knew that in this instance, only this monster would drop golden tier equipment. A winged demon emerged from the demonic fissure. Seeing this, Jiang Zhu immediately activated the minor holy light apocalypse array. With the yin-yang reversal buff, the monster's health. Until 30 seconds later, the monster's health was completely depleted. 2 pieces of equipment dropped at the same time. When attacked, there's a 20% chance to trigger a health recovery effect. An excellent grade blueprint for the shimmering silk skirt. Only tailors can learn it. Jiang Chen put the equipment into his backpack after. Only then, satisfied, did he leave with the two women. However, when they returned to Julu City, they found two players standing at the city gate, seemingly waiting for them specifically. In the instant he brushed past the two players, a player whispered to him, "Beware of the Heavenly Court Guild." Hearing this, Jiang Chen's eyes narrowed slightly. It seems the person who bought the blood-tied blade is in the Heavenly Court Guild. It's highly likely that it's the guild leader, Yen Luo. He's probably looking for someone to take revenge on. He sent the two women to investigate separately, while he went to the shop to sell the extra equipment in his bag. Heavenly Court Guild leader Yen Luo brought 300 people here. And the Kingdom of Kings, the Imperial Dynasty. Hearing these words, Jiang Zu's eyes instantly turned cold. Since you've come to me of your own accord, don't blame me for being ruthless. I can just use your lives to activate that quest. Inside the tavern, a burly man was drunk here, drinking Lao Nai, dairy product. Suddenly, Jiang Chen called out from behind him, "City Lord. How did you know I'm the City Lord?" "I think it must be divine guidance." Hearing it was God's will, the City Lord straightened his clothes, and answered Jiang Chen with a serious expression, "Since it's God's will, I will give guidance and assistance to newcomers to the main city, to adventurers from other worlds." As soon as I finished speaking, a system prompt arrived. "Congratulations. You have triggered the Julu City limited time quest. Go to the Grey Cinder Land and obtain the hearts of flame beasts. The more you obtain, the greater the reward." Meanwhile, Jiang Chen, as the first adventurer to find him, never provoke the Flame King of the Grey Cinderlands. Meanwhile, a world announcement also reported this mission. Everyone saw this mission, and those teams who were preparing to trouble Jiang Chen all temporarily abandoned their plans. The limited time mission was far more tempting. Soon, everyone headed for the Grey Cinderlands. Yen Luo summoned all the guild members here. He originally planned to take advantage of the small crowd to quickly grind monsters, and wait until the limited time quest ended, before dealing with Jiang Chen and the others. But he underestimated the speed of other guilds. The leading man sneered, "Oh my, isn't this the Heavenly Court Guild leader? Why aren't you attacking the first clear team? What are you doing outside the city?" Yen Luo turned his head and sneered, "The first clear team is nothing compared to the limited time quest. I want to reap the benefits, but you should see how much you weigh first. That's not something you, brother Yen Luo, need to worry about. After all, I didn't spend 60 million buying the blood-tied blade. Let me give you a friendly reminder. If you initiate combat and die, you'll drop your best equipment." Jiang Chen avoided the crowd and took his team. His real purpose was to draw everyone away, to hunt the level 15 silver rank alone. "Boss, the Flame Stone King." Only the Flame Stone King's furious roar was heard. "You lowly humans dared disturb my slumber. I shall burn you all to ashes." This is all a trap he set. He intends to sacrifice everyone's lives, to allow the boss to ascend to gold rank. Before the plan began, he instructed Qingying and Tao Xiaoyao. After he lures the Stone King away, you quickly go to the stone pit where he was just now. There's a flame crystal inside. Wait for my signal, then shatter it. After saying this, he faced the Flame Stone King. The attacked boss, enraged, opened its abyssal maw and lunged at Jiang Chen. Seeing this, Qingying and I quickly rushed to the spot where the Flame Stone King had just been standing. Sure enough, a red crystal stood prominently there. It was the Flame Stone King's core. After its destruction, the Flame Stone King would fall into a half-hour state of weakness. Soon, Jiang Chen would, drawn into the center of the crowd, a player with green hat, turned his head and roared, "This area is contracted by the Heavenly Court Guild." The Yen Stone King had already arrived beside them. He quickly called for someone to notify the guild leader. A boss appeared here, while Jiang Chen hid to the side and watched quietly, watching everyone fight. "Go, Heavenly Court Guild. Whether the Flame Stone King can ascend from silver to gold rank depends on you all." He instructed Qingying and the others to destroy the flame crystals now. Immediately after, the Flame Stone King fell into a weakened state. The many small fry rejoiced at the sight. Yen Luo also received a message from his subordinates. He immediately ordered his subordinates to stop grinding. He was going to deal with the boss first. He absolutely had to get this first kill. Seeing that the Heavenly Court Guild had completely withdrawn, the other guild leaders were immediately suspicious. They all led their own guild members to follow. Right now, the members of the Heavenly Court Guild are fighting the boss while looking back. They're looking back to see how much longer until the guild leader and the others arrive. Suddenly, Green Hair spotted a familiar figure. Yen Luo is leading a group of people sprinting this way, but there seem to be far too many people behind him. Just have everyone cooperate with the other guilds to clear the area. But at this time, Leng Feng of the Xiong Tu Guild. If you ask me, since it's A field boss, then everyone should get a share. Let's all go together. A crowd of players echoed, Ling Feng is right. That troublemaker, Xiong too, he should have left earlier. I'm going to deal with him. His men behind him asked what they should do now. What else can we do? Charge. In an instant, countless attacks rained down on the boss, targeting the boss. Meanwhile, Qin Ying and the other arrived on the battlefield. Seeing the melee in the distance, they asked Jiang Chen if he intended to use the boss to eliminate the Heavenly Court Guild. Qin Ying and the other were right, but that wasn't his ultimate goal. The boss has a skill called the Crucible of Life. Every time it kills a target, it strengthens itself, and he wanted to use this skill to level up the boss. Hearing this, Tao Xiaoyao instantly understood, so that's why Jiang Zhua had them destroy the flame crystals, to weaken the boss. Jiang Chen smiled and snapped his fingers, but calculating the time, the boss's weakened state should be over. The boss's entire body turned crimson red again. Yan Luo's eyes instantly showed a look of terror. He hurriedly signaled everyone to quickly dodge. Under the boss's counterattack, countless earth spikes burst from the ground. He instantly killed half the players. Seeing this, Yan Luo instinctively wanted to withdraw from the battlefield. He planned to attack again once the boss's skills cooled down. However, at that moment, Yan Luo's pupils dilated in shock. The boss's health instantly dropped too. It was a recovery skill, and at this moment, everyone was completely unaware. Their impending fate. They desperately hunted the Flame Stone King. Soon, the Flame Stone King's half-hour weakness period ended. One ultimate move instantly killed half the players. At this time, the Qixia Guild leader came to Yan Luo's side. Let's team up and take down the boss first. Hearing this, Yan Luo agreed to the alliance. But he must have command authority. The other guild masters didn't care at all. If you want to command, then come. Immediately afterwards, Yan Luo called everyone together. All the knights hold the front line, raise shields and block. The warriors launched a general attack. The boss was forced back. Heal the knights and warriors. Mages and archers buy time for the healers. Qin Ying, watching from the sidelines, worried that Ge Luo would steal the first kill. But Jiang Chen didn't think much of it. They simply couldn't kill the boss, because the boss has a skill called Life Crucible. Besides the apparent health regeneration effect, its true effect is absorbing life energy to strengthen himself, ultimately achieving a rank upgrade. At these words, both women were shocked. Only now did they understand. Everything Jiang Chen had done was to make the boss evolve into a gold level 1. They suddenly felt sorry for those people. They had no idea what they were truly facing. Thanks to the concerted efforts of numerous guilds, the boss's health was down to just 2%. Just as everyone was preparing to claim the first kill, the boss let out a terrifying roar. Its health bar instantly refilled, and it successfully ascended to gold level. It opened its bloody maw. And in an instant, a sea of fire erupted. In just a moment, he sent most of the players back to the respawn point. Seeing their chance, Jiang Chen and the two others gradually started moving toward the battlefield. Tao Xiaoyao worried that the major guilds hadn't been completely wiped out yet, and wondered if going there now would attract too much aggro. Who would dare to have designs on me? I'll just continue teaching them a lesson. They brought this all upon themselves. Meanwhile, in the heart of the battlefield, Yan Luo saw the situation worsening. He was about to order a retreat, but at that moment, the boss spat a huge glob of phlegm at him. In the instant before his eyes closed, he saw 3 figures rushing towards him. He doesn't know that all the guilds have been wiped out in a joint effort. How dare these 3 people approach the golden boss at this time? Tao Xiaoyao asks Jiang if he needs them to pull the boss over. Wait for the boss to return before attacking. Before that, he looked at the distant treetops and said viciously, I don't mind sending you back to the respawn point. The undercover journalist hiding in the trees at that moment had a thin film of sweat on his face. You see, they were in stealth mode, invisible to the average person. The man turned to ask his teammate, should we continue following them? I have a feeling they're involved in something big. Let's wait here for now. That priest doesn't look easy to deal with. I don't want a free trip back to town. Moments later, the boss returned to the depths of Ash Land. Jiang Chen waved his hand, signaling the 2 women to stand back. Don't get caught in the crossfire. The great god actually wants to solo this. Jiang Chen raised his staff high. He fiercely activated the Lesser Holy Light Apocalypse Array. The next second, above the boss's head, blood-splattering warnings continuously appeared. The attacked boss let out a heaven-shaking roar. Foolish ants. Magma shall engulf you. As it spoke, it swiped at Jiang Chen with its sharp claws. But Jiang Chen simply leaped lightly, dodging the boss's attack. The little Holy Light Apocalypse Array inflicts continuous damage, combined with his healing spells and beams of healing light, and a chance of double casting. Take down the boss within 20 minutes, and then it's your death sentence. Qin Ying was completely stunned. the boss that gave all the big shots a headache, was completely powerless against Jiang Chen. And Jiang Chen was able to, amidst the boss's attacks. Only Tao Xiaoyao figured it out. Jiang Chen had preempted the location of the Earth Spike's attack. Before each attack, the ground would show tiny cracks. The main reason why several large guilds were wiped out is because the boss has a skill called the Life Crucible. It not only continuously heals itself, but also absorbs life energy to enhance itself. If we could prevent it from using player healing, the boss's difficulty would be reduced by half. Of course, most importantly, they don't have Jiang Chen's explosive output. While Tao Xiaoyao was analyzing, Jiang Chen had already whittled the boss's health down to 80%. Countless fire serpents erupted from the boss's mouth. For a moment, Jiang Chen maxed out his speed, circling to the rear of the boss to continue his output. When his health dropped to 70%, the boss slammed the ground hard. A raging inferno erupted from the ground. But at this moment, Jiang Chen had already reached the top of the boss's head. He smashed a poisonous milk down. 2 online journalists not far away heard the commotion and were secretly alarmed. Challenging the gold-level boss, the man then complained that they were too far from the battlefield. He suggested they take advantage of the situation while the Jiang family was preoccupied and carefully infiltrate. Hearing this, the woman's pupils constricted slightly. She expressed her reluctance to go. She preferred to continue waiting here. But suddenly, a system prompt made the woman's eyes widen. Gold-level boss, Flame Stone King. First kill completed. Jiang Chen also leveled up 3 times. Current level, 15. Looking at the equipment dropped by the boss, Jiang Chen's face lit up. The heart of the Flame Stone King is equivalent to 1,000 Flame Stone hearts. Devourer's Spirit Robe required level, 15. Each skill inflicts damage at level 15, with a 10% mana drain effect. 50% HP reduction triggers a bonus attack. Automatically triggers a mana shield, final attack bonus. Each attack inflicts a thunder and flame paralysis effect. Reduce self-mark by 50%. Attack speed and movement speed. 3-star skill gemstone. Seeing the skill gemstone, Jiang Chen stood there dumbfounded for a long time. After putting on the Devourer's robe, his current survivability is even better than a tank's. Coupled with the paralyzing effect of the Thunderflame staff, by coordinating his own lesser Holy Light Apocalypse array, he can create continuous paralysis. It can be said that at this stage, he is an invincible being among the gods players. And this 3-star skill stone just so happens to allow his lesser Holy Light Apocalypse array to be upgraded to level 4. Thinking of this, he decisively strengthened it. Little Saint's Heavenly Revelation formation. The moment the skill effect appeared, Jiang Chen couldn't help but grin. Based on the original, the skill's strength increased by 50%. After doing all this, he prepared to return to the city to see if anyone else was looking for trouble. As for the 2 insects behind him, anyway, since it doesn't threaten me, I don't care anymore. After the 3 left, the 2 reporters immediately set off for the battlefield, and subsequently filmed everything they saw into a video and posted it online. After returning to the main city, Jiang Chen asked the 2 women to continue searching for missions. He, however, found the city lord with the flame crystal heart. Seeing Jiang Chen arrive, the city lord casually asked him how many flame stones he had harvested. But when Jiang Chen took out the flame crystal heart, at this moment, the busy city lord was looking at the heart of the Flame Stone King, truly worthy of an adventure from another realm. It's far stronger than I imagined. I don't expect a high reward either. Just give each of us a mysterious job transfer book. Hearing this, Lord Lu seemed to be disbelieving his own ears. They really treat this place like a market. 3 mysterious job transfer books. We did pay a price, however. Don't let him finish. Cut the crap. Just 1 mysterious advanced class book, plus a growth potion for each person. Hearing this reward, Jiang Chen's eyes lit up. He quickly thanked the city lord. Moments later, he was satisfied. I need to find the mysterious transfer scroll. It allows players to transfer into a hidden class. And the city's light not only increases all attributes by 10, but also allows me to avoid once daily the judgment of Ju-Lu City. It's perfect for dealing with those players with ulterior motives. He sent messages to Qingying and Tao Xiaoyao, asking them to check out the Heavenly Court Guild situation. He didn't believe Yan Luo would take such a huge loss and let it go. Hearing this, Jiang Chen's face turned cold. Then I'll go meet them alone. Yan Luo received the message and immediately ordered his subordinates, have 50 brothers gang up on him. He will bear all the losses. This was a trap deliberately set by Jiang Chen. He lured the Heavenly Court Guild into an alley. He stood before them without fear. I hear you've been looking for me. Seeing Jiang Chen's true form, Lu Mao recalled that he was in the grey rotting land. The priest who lured the boss here. It seems he intentionally lured the boss here to set himself up. Thinking this, Lu Mao gritted his teeth. He immediately cast a fireball. Seeing Lu Mao attack, the other guild members rushed forward. Jiang Chen simply grinned, so eager to die. Perfect opportunity to test my skills. With that, he raised his staff high. The lesser holy light revelation array activated instantly sending those charging towards him back to the respawn point. Green Hair's face was filled with terror before he died. What the hell was that? Jiang Chen secretly sighed in relief. Players are indeed different from monsters. It seems I still need to test it on wild monsters. Suddenly, he discovered that there was still one that got away. He heard the little guy stammering. This is the main city. If you kill me, the guards won't let you go. Heh. I don't know if I'll die or not, but you definitely will. Saying this, Jiang Chen's staff glowed again. He directly sent Xiao Gaga back to the resurrection point. At this time, the giant Deer City guards also arrived. Main city's protection activated. Do you wish to waive this judgment? Jiang Chen didn't even think twice before dismissing him. Immediately, the guard was shocked. It was Lord Fanchen. My apologies for the offense. Although you bear the glory of Julu City, please do not offend again. After saying that, the guard turned and left. After seeing off the guard, Jiang Chen prepared to complete the job transfer quest. He took out the mysterious job transfer book. He directly started the job transfer quest. You have started the mysterious job transfer quest, Crimson Flame Disaster. Find the rebel soldier Ding to unlock the follow-up quest. Jiang Chen couldn't help but exclaim. He never expected it to be this quest. In his past life, a rebellion occurred in the ancient Crimson Flame land. The entire Lihua city was thus destroyed. The war quickly spread to other main cities. Finally, the system released a server-wide mission to defend the main cities. This averted the disaster. This mission should be the system's countermeasure. But in my past life, Lihua City still. It seems someone received a mission but failed to complete it. Just as he was pondering this, the system suddenly issued a server-wide announcement. Now initiating a server-wide mission. Uncle Mao. Jiang Chen was stunned. What's going on? In my past life, there was never such a mission. 10 minutes ago. The female assassin danced alone under the moon. On the altar in the Red Flame ancient land, she discovered a fragmented demon-subduing crystal. When she touched the crystal, it immediately cracked with a series of clicks. A system prompt appeared. Once the demon-subduing crystal is destroyed, this will trigger a server-wide quest to defend against a monster invasion. After the quest triggers, a large number of monsters will appear, as well as a small number of gold-level bosses. Completing the quest will reward you with free attribute points, plus a 50-point bonus. Failure will result in a 50% reduction in all attributes. The woman pondered in her heart. This task is too uncontrollable. With the player's current strength, even a silver rank monster requires a team to go all out, not to mention a gold rank boss. Thinking of this, she decided not to trigger it for now. She would check the forum for solutions first. She just opened the forum. Then she saw Jiang Chen and the other two. Hot news about conquering a gold level boss. She clicked on it, and her pupils dilated in shock. Seeing someone who possessed the strength to hunt a gold level boss, she felt relieved. Immediately, she picked up her kukri. She launched a strike at the crystal. The crystal shattered with a loud bang. The system immediately issued a server-wide quest. Resist the demonic invasion. The demon-suppressing crystal in Chiyan Mountain has been destroyed. The seal will be completely broken in 24 hours. Quest rewards. The more demons you eliminate, the richer the all-attribute rewards will be. After seeing the quest, Tao Xiaoyao was somewhat hesitant. Failure will be punished. Jiang Chen pondered for a moment. Although this task wasn't triggered in his past life, it would benefit him without any harm. He could also complete the job transfer task along the way. Thinking of this, he asked Tao Xiaoyao to. Then he took off his gaming headset. Returning to the real world, Jiang Chen touched his rumbling stomach and thought to himself, it seems I really need to get a gaming pod. Otherwise, playing games on an empty stomach is really uncomfortable. At this time, Sister Ruer suddenly walked into his room. She saw that the light was on in Jiang Chen's room. She guessed that Jiang Chen had already logged out of the game, so she specifically called him out to eat. She made noodles for him. Are you serious about this? Xia Ruer froze on the spot upon hearing this, but she quickly composed herself and told Jiang Chen, if you want a naughty older sister, I can fulfill that too. I don't want you starving to death in my house. Qin Ying and Tao Xiaoyao had just logged in, when they were immediately surrounded by players from other guilds, inviting them to join their guilds. Seeing this, the two women were shocked, their eyes turning into vertical pupils. I should have logged in on time. Suddenly, Tao Xiaoyao looked towards the crowd, while Jiang Chen stood among them, at a loss. What's going on? Qin Ying helplessly explained the whole story to Jiang Chen. These people are so blind. Jiang Xing told the two women to ignore them. For now, they should go to Lihua City with him. They arrived at Lihua City via the teleportation array. Their purpose was the Qiyan ancient land within Lihua City's sphere of influence. To get there, they had to cross a deadly desert first. Players passing through must always watch out for the sandworm's attacks. A lack of attention will send you back to the revival point. This significantly increases the difficulty of the quest. At this moment, within the Crimson Flame Valley, a large number of players have already gathered. Meanwhile, the quest initiator, Yueshia, is hiding in a corner, waiting for Jiang Chen and the two others to appear. Soon, the three of them appeared in the Qiyan ancient land. Jiang Chen looked around at the scene. He had never seen it in his previous life. The fallen scene of the Qiyan ancient land, although it was far more magnificent than in his previous life, it looked like a deserted place. Suddenly, he noticed someone following him. Jiang Chen's gaze turned cold. Stop hiding. Under the moonlight, Yuxia revealed herself. Truly worthy of being the first kill team. You could actually detect me while I was stealthed. Seeing the newcomer, Jiang Chen immediately recognized her as the trigger for the server-wide quest. However, he was a little curious. Why was Yuexia secretly following them? Yuexia spoke calmly. I'm the trigger for the server-wide quest. I can share the quest with you. Firstly, let me join your party. Secondly, she will command the party during the quest. Upon hearing this, Jiang Chen and the other two were instantly stunned. What's this silly girl thinking about? Seeing that the three were unwilling to yield, she explained under the moonlight that she had no other intentions. She just wanted to successfully complete the mission, because in her opinion, only under her command would their chances of winning be maximized. However, she never imagined that even without intelligence, Jiang Chen can also complete the task alone. Jiang directly and bluntly refused her. Seeing this, Yuexia panicked. The current first kill team was her only hope. She quickly caught up with Jiang Chen and the other two. She stated that she could share intelligence, as long as he let her join the team. Jiang Chen finally stopped. But you must follow my commands. What intelligence do you know? Yuxia told him. There are a total of 13 sealed gates on Mount Qiyan. 9 of them are bronze gates, and 3 are silver gates. In order of strength, each hour, a sealed door will be unsealed, and the first sealed door will open in half an hour. We must hurry there now. Hearing this, Qingying couldn't help but roll her eyes. Who's in command of this team? Yuexia explained that he was just worried. Going too late caused the server-wide quest to fail, because after the seal gate opens, not only will a large number of monsters pour out from it, but demonic energy will also spill out. Players contaminated by the demonic energy will be unable to recover health, and will be penalized upon death. Dying after being contaminated by bronze demonic energy reduces all attributes by 10%, silver demonic energy reduced by 20%, while gold level demonic energy is reduced by 40%, so they must go there in advance. And in various parts of the Red Flame Mountain, the sealing gates can be temporarily closed. Waiting for Yuxia to finish explaining all the intelligence, Jiang Chen didn't feel the slightest bit of panic. He calmly asked her, do you know the locations of the 13 sealed gates? Hearing this, Yuexia revealed a map, saying he could take them there right now. However, Jiang Chen said there was no rush, that he needed to take care of some other matters first. Seeing this, Yuexia gritted his teeth in anger. He had said so much. Was he toying with me? But thinking of the server-wide quest, she swallowed her anger. The elder told Jiang Chen that he was probably being escorted to the Holy City prison. However, the quest prompt indicated he was in the Qiyan ancient land. But why did the elder say he was in the Holy City? Jiang Chen seemed to realize something. He then asked the old man about Yi Ding's usual residence. Following the direction the old man indicated, Jiang Chen arrived at Yi Ding's residence. However, it was empty. Jiang Chen knew Yi Ding must be hiding here. Since the mission prompt mentioned the Qiyan ancient land, then Yi Ding hadn't been captured. But he was hiding here. Sure enough, he found Yi Ding hiding in the closet. Jiang Chen told him not to be afraid, saying, I'm here to help you. Hearing this, Yi Ding finally relaxed. He handed Jiang Chen a letter, hoping he could deliver it to Lisa. Jiang Chen received the letter. The system randomly initiated a new task. Go to the Qiyan Sacred Palace. Deliver the letter to the Saint Master's maid, Lisa. Randomly, Jiang Chen returned to the team. Yuexia thought that now he could participate in the server-wide task. Now he has to go to Qiyan Sacred City. Yu's expression turned cold upon hearing this. The server-wide quest is about to begin. Where are you going? You wouldn't be trying to trick me into giving you information, would you? Hearing this, Jiang Chen turned around and told her, the first seal is only bronze level. Going or not going won't affect the overall situation. He had a more important task to attend to. Having said that, he turned to leave. In the moonlight, a fleeting figure pressed a knife to Jiang Chen's neck. Unexpectedly, Jiang Chen flipped him over and pinned him beneath. A large bun collided with a small stick. Under the moonlight, Yu Xia's face flushed red as she angrily scolded Jiang Chen. "You scoundrel! Let me go." Jiang Chen quickly released her, saying, "This isn't my fault." But in his heart, he was actually thinking, "The texture isn't bad. I don't have time to mess around with you. If you don't trust me, you can leave the group." Jiang Chen's gaze then sharpened as he looked behind him. "I said, my two friends hiding over there, have you had enough watching?" People emerged one after another. They were two Yuong reporters. "They happened to see your heroic feats just now, so I couldn't help but want to observe." The male reporter who was with me was stunned. He thought, "You just said that the main character of our video has arrived. Beautiful women are all liars." Seeing the two of them, Jiang Chen also remembered. They were the two who secretly filmed him last time in the Grey Cinder Land. Secretly filmed him. The woman quickly explained that she just wanted to record some footage. She had no malicious intent. Then he mentioned, "Since our relationship is so close, could you use your official account to help me post an advertisement?" "It's no problem, right? It will say, Jilu City Mansion, first floor shops, treasure pavilion selling gold tier equipment." The girl was stunned. The two stood there, looking wronged. They felt like they had been cheated. After doing all this, Jiang Chen was about to go to Qiyan Sacred City to complete his mission, when Yuexia reminded him, "Do you remember the server-wide quest requirements? To complete it before the 9 ding of demon subjugation is completely corrupted, destroy all the monsters. I just received a system notification. A Xinhua ding is currently being eroded by demonic energy." Jiang Chen was startled by this news. There are tens of thousands of players participating in the server-wide quest. They can't even hold back a single bronze gate. And the Xinhua ding is only 10 minutes away from the seal gate. Only 10 minutes away. He asked the other players in the Moonlight team, "Can you receive this prompt?" Moonlight shook his head, indicating, "Only the quest initiator can receive it." Hearing this, Jiang Chen immediately understood. The other players were grinding monsters in Qiyan Mountain, and didn't know that small monsters were eroding the Xinhua ding. He told Moonlight to temporarily leave the party. "Wait until I've finished my task before meeting up with her." Yuexia suddenly blushed, asking, "Jiang Chen, you won't disappoint me, will you? I'll be waiting for you at Qiyan Mountain." Jiang Chen instantly felt something was amiss. Then he sighed softly. He thought to himself, Yuexia is quite alluring when she's serious. Meanwhile, Qingying's fur stood on end. If it weren't for Tao Xiaoyao stopping her, she would have already killed that woman who seduced Jiang Chen. At this moment, Jiang Chen held a letter, and told the guard that he was here to deliver a letter to Lisa. The guard told them to wait there, while he went to report. He had Jiangzhua enter the palace alone to deliver the message, leaving Qingying and Tao Xiaoyao outside. Soon, Jiangzhua met the saintess, Li Song. She reached out and asked Jiang Chen, "You are the messenger?" Hearing this, Jiang Chen curiously asked. Li Song took the letter and said that besides him, no one else could possibly have done it, but he didn't expect Yiding to actually have some skills. He was actually able to escape the pursuers. Then, her gaze turned cold as she looked at Jiang Chen. "What's your relationship with Yiding?" Hearing this, Jiang Chen couldn't help but feel puzzled. Lisa's attitude seemed to show no affection for Yiding, and it was only because he delivered a letter for Yiding. He had murderous thoughts towards himself. He quickly explained himself. This reassured Lisa. That is, after returning, he killed Ding. At the same time, a system prompt popped up. This task conflicts with the job transfer task. If Ding dies, the task will fail. Jiang Chen suddenly felt a huge shock in his head. What on earth is going on? But thinking of Lisa's murderous intent just now, Jiang Zhu still smiled and accepted the task. Immediately afterward, he rushed back to Qiyan Ancient Land, at the fastest speed. It's inseparable from the server-wide quest. However, as he passed the sacred palace courtyard, he suddenly noticed something in the garden. A withered, extreme young flower. Based on his years of gaming experience, this flower was out of place. It should be a special item belonging to some character. Thinking this, he immediately dug up the flower. When he returned to the Qiyan Ancient Land, and told Yiding about Lisa's request, he and Lisa had already secretly pledged their troth, and how could he possibly entrust someone else to secretly kill himself? Jiang Chen was even more puzzled upon hearing this. The Lisa he knew seemed different from the one he had met. It turned out that a month ago, he had said goodbye to Lisa, and Lisa had arranged for him to work in the Holy Palace. But yesterday, when he woke up, there was a woman in his bed. Immediately, the guards rushed into the room, accusing him of assaulting the woman. Jiang suspected this was a plot set by Lisa. He remembered in his previous life, the Holy Lord was seduced by the demon god, ultimately causing the Qiyan Ancient Land riot. And Lisa's personality had just changed drastically at this time. Jiang suddenly realized something. He questioned Yi Ding in the Holy Palace. Have you ever seen anything strange? Yi Ding pondered for a moment before saying that he had seen a sunflower that cried itself to death at the sacred palace. He had also mentioned this to Lisa. Hearing this, Jiang Chen immediately took out the sunflower he had just dug up. The sunflower had vanished into thin air. Yi Ding took the bottle and immediately felt there's a strange scent inside. He asked Jiang Chen to escort him to the snowy forest of Qi Mountain. He needs to use the cold air there to counteract the scorching heat of the sunflower to find out what this strange scent actually is. Jiang Chen and the others are escorting Yi Ding to the snowy forest of Qian Mountain, but when they arrived at Red Flame Mountain, they found only flames covering the mountain, no forest at all. At this time, Yi Ding stepped forward to the group. Then a mysterious magic array lit up in his hand. The next second, the surrounding scenery suddenly changed. Snowflakes fell from the sky. Yi Ding slowly explained the origin of the snow forest. Only then did Jiang Chen learn that the snowland of affection was a gift from Yan Chongfeng, the young master of Lihua City, given to his lover using forbidden magic. Later, due to his father's serious illness, he had to leave this place. Since then, he never appeared again. And the girl, step by step, he grew to become the holy master of the Red Flame Holy Land. And he used a concealment array to hide this place. This is the first time Jiang Zhua has heard of this, that the lord of Lihua City had such a past. In his past life, he only heard that Yan Chongfeng was a grand mage of both ice and fire. It seems that the destruction of Lihua City in his past life was thanks to this holy master. Immediately, Yi Ding used magic to dispel the surrounding icy air. At this moment, Tao Xiaoyao suddenly spoke. Just now, Yuexia sent her a message. It will open a sealed door. The fourth sealed door is about to open. Following the current trend, the silver gate and the golden gate will soon open. The Zhenhua cauldron is very likely to fall. Hearing this, Jiang Chen didn't waste any words. He told Yi Ding to purify the soil there right away. He said he'd be right back. Immediately, they rushed towards the battlefield without stopping. Meanwhile, inside the sacred palace, a guard reported to Li Sang that Jiang Chen had left. Upon hearing this, Li Sang's face instantly turned extremely gloomy. It seems I'll have to go and meet him myself. With that, he leaped into the air. All the players, under the monster's attack, watched as the ceiling gate was about to fall. Just then, Jiang Chen and the two others finally arrived. He planned to meet up with Yuexia first. After receiving Jiang Chen's message, he let out a long sigh of relief. You're finally here. I thought you would wait until the last seal was opened. Moments later, Jiang successfully met up with Yuexia. However, as soon as he arrived, the system issued 2 consecutive prompts. The 5th and 6th seals are about to open. Jiang Chen was startled by the message. The gates were about to open 2 seals at once. A horde of monsters suddenly attacked the players. Seeing this, Yuexia told Jiang Chen to retreat, to avoid being instantly killed by the monsters. Hearing this, Jiang Chen touched his nose. It seemed he was being rejected. Then, his staff shone with a dazzling light, instantly killing a monster. Then he turned and Qi Ning pulled the monsters together. Yu Xia wanted to stop them, but Tao Xiaoyao stopped her. Qi Ning charged into the horde of monsters. She immediately activated her shield. The small monsters swarmed her, while Jiang Chen launched a fierce attack from behind. The little holy light apocalypse array. In an instant, a mysterious 6-pointed star formation spread out from under his feet. All the minor monsters were instantly killed. Yuexia was completely stunned. This was clearly cheating. The surrounding monsters were quickly dealt with, and Yuexia, who witnessed all this, was sweating profusely. However, Jiang Chen felt that this was far too slow. He called to everyone, let's go block the seal gate. Yuexia suddenly felt her worldview collapse. This was the first time she had ever seen a priest actually deal explosive damage. Soon, the group charged towards the 5th seal gate. Jiang Chen immediately unleashed a healing spell. Although only golden tier bosses drop equipment in server-wide quests, these smaller monsters provide a large amount of experience and points. Jiang Chen's level quickly reached 16, while Qi Ning and Tao Xiaoyao successfully leveled up to 15. Yu Xia then reminded them not to celebrate too early, warning them about the demonic energy around the sealed gate. Coming into contact with the demonic energy would immediately inflict negative status effects. All life recovery effects will be invalid, and if you are killed by a monster, they will receive a 20% reduction in all attributes, as a system penalty. Jiang Chen then pointed to the black mist on his staff, asking Yuexia if this was demonic energy. It doesn't seem unusual though. Hearing this, Yuexia couldn't help but roll his eyes. These 2 points alone are enough to frighten ordinary players. Can you not be so Versailles? She suggested the team stay away from the seal gate. Level up outside the range of demonic energy. but Jiang Chen said he wanted to enter the seal gate instead, to level up. That's way too slow. Are you kidding me? Once killed after entering the sealed gate, he will face an epic nerf. Jiang Chen, however, stated that these small monsters couldn't kill him. He didn't give Yuexia a chance to refuse. Jiang Chen walked directly into the sealed gate. Meanwhile, in the snowy forest at this moment, Yiding finally removed the scorching aura from the soil. Next, he just needs to carefully judge. All he needed to do was find the source of that strange aura. However, he didn't notice that the illusionary formation behind him suddenly lit up. A pair of jade-like feet landed on the snow. Only now did Yiding notice that an aura had suddenly appeared behind him. He thought it was Jiang Zhuo returning. At this moment, Li Sang's face was extremely gloomy. With a flick of the wrist, he firmly locked Yiding in midair, and sealed his mouth with iron chains. Li Sang, without a word, picked up the soil on the ground. Then she directly teleported out of the illusion. Meanwhile, inside the seal gate, Jiang Chen and the others stared ahead. The sky-obscuring figure secretly felt a shock of fear. Could this be the boss of the fifth seal gate? Just then, Jiang Chen suddenly received news that the soil had been taken by Lisa, along with the gold-level seal. Jiang Chen was stunned. How could two missions come at once? Yuexia also received a notification about the Golden Gate, and the imminent breaking of the seal. He asked Jiang Chen what they should do now. A cold glint flashed in Jiang Chen's eyes upon hearing this. Go. Let's go outside. They must reach the Golden Gate as quickly as possible now. He always felt that the two missions, launched simultaneously, must be somehow connected. If he had a choice. Immediately, the group set off without stopping. They rushed towards the Golden Gate. At this moment, outside the Golden Level Seal Gate, top-tier guild leaders gathered. All waiting for the Seal Gate to open, and the Heavenly Court Guild, in order to wash away their shame, had summoned all their guild members. This time, they would not only conquer the Seal Gate, but also make Jiang Chen and the others pay the price. Other players allied with the Heavenly Court Guild suffered heavy losses from silver-ranked monsters and above. You want to take on both? Soon, Jiang Chen and the others arrived at the gates of Fengji. Yuexia quietly reminded Jiang Chen. But the strength of gold-ranked monsters is also formidable. He stated that he wouldn't act rashly, but before he could finish, the iron chains outside the sealing gate exploded. They surged towards the inside of the sealing gate at incredible speed. Looking closely, it was Li Song from the Sacred Palace. Jiang Chen was stunned when he saw who it was. What on earth is going on? He vaguely felt that this Li Song was somehow connected to the server-wide quest, and his own job change quest. Thinking of this, he rushed straight into the sealed door. Seeing this, Qin Ying and Tao Xiaoyao quickly followed. Are these people crazy? I steeled myself, and charged in after the three of them. Other players saw the first kill team actually charge into the sealed door. They all thought they were crazy, but Yen Luo was calculating in his heart. As the server's top team, they couldn't be this impulsive. Perhaps they had a compelling reason to go in. Suddenly, he conceived an evil plan. He would use what he'd found earlier. Other guild players. I also wanted to teach the first kill team a lesson. Many followed suit and used the Jinma fragments. Seeing this, Lunfeng sighed helplessly. Although he wanted to befriend the first kill team, he couldn't offend everyone for them. He could only take a neutral stance. In his opinion, Jiang Zhuo and the others had absolutely no chance of survival. We can temporarily seal the Golden Gate for 5 minutes. The Golden Gate's brief seal lasted for 45 minutes. At this moment, inside the Golden Level sealed gate, Jiang Chen received a system prompt as soon as he entered. He was affected by Golden Level demonic energy. Life recovery effect reduced by 99%. Upon death, all attributes will be reduced by 40%. Jiang Chen's expression turned grave. It seems this mission won't be easy. Fortunately, unlike his lone struggle in his previous life, this time he has a group of reliable teammates. He turned and urged them to stay close. Soon, Jiang Chen spotted Lisa in the distance. She was floating in midair, constantly chanting a mysterious incantation. She pointed forward with one hand. A mysterious magic array appeared out of thin air. At the same time, the demonic wolf beneath her feet became incredibly agitated, its eyes bloodshot red. Even Jiang Zhuo, witnessing this scene, unable to regain health, and with the beast's rampage, realized this was harder than he'd imagined. However, this wasn't the end. Immediately, 9 system prompts appeared. Due to the player's use of the demon subduing fragment, the Golden Gate is temporarily closed. Jiang Chen's eyes turned cold. It seems someone wants me dead, since there's no turning back. He immediately shouted to the 3 of them, listen to my commands from now on. The 3 of them knew this wasn't like usual. Their expressions instantly turned extremely serious. With an earth-shattering roar, the horde of monsters charged towards Jiang Chen and the others. Jiang Chen didn't dare to be negligent. His staff emitted a dazzling light. He threw out healing spells as if they were free. At the same time, he ordered Tao Xiaoyao to hide at the back of the group. Use the summoned beasts to hold the elite monsters. Qingying is responsible for pulling away the smaller monsters that get close to him. Protect him while he casts spells. Yuexia is responsible for clearing the monsters that break through Qingying's defenses. Hearing this, Yuexia felt like she'd gotten herself into something shady, but she still followed Jiang Chen's instructions. She knew this wasn't the time to be thinking about that. Qingying's pressure instantly lessened. Now she could focus on pulling the monsters. A golden light suddenly erupted from her sword. She let out a low cry. The next second, a wolf's head flew to Yuexia's feet. Seeing this, Yuexia was completely dumbfounded. Wasn't she always following Fan Chen, dealing with the baby monsters? Qingying thought to herself, oh no, I inadvertently revealed my true strength. Jiang Chen, however, responded with a calm smile. This girl actually has two faces. Did she really think I was blind when I was fighting monsters? A circle of magic formations rapidly expanded outward from under Jiang Chen's feet. At the same time, he told Qingying to pull all the monsters over. Hearing this, Qingying immediately released her skills. I lured the monsters to you. Hearing this, Jiang Chen raised his staff, activating the magic crystal ball, and fiercely launched the lesser holy light apocalypse array. With the magic crystal ball's enhancement, the surrounding werewolves were instantly killed. Seeing the effect, Jiang Chen couldn't help but praise. Qingying, you did well. Of course. Don't you know who I am? Before she could finish speaking, I got excited and forgot my sweet and innocent persona. After the encounter, Jiang Chen understood that he could easily defeat an ordinary magic wolf, so he decided to deal with the elite magic wolves first. Tao Xiaoyao's summoned beast was surrounded and attacked by elite magic wolves. She anxiously shouted to Jiang Chen, my summoned beast is about to collapse. But Jiang Chen said it wasn't urgent. His little holy light apocalypse array's cooldown. Just then, a magic wolf suddenly pounced on Jiang Chen from behind. It's a critical moment. Can you even do it, Shigo? Jiang Chen chuckled. Maybe you can try next time. Hearing this, Yu Xia coldly snorted. You've got a smart mouth, but what should we do in this situation? But this time, Jiang Chen didn't respond. Instead, he grabbed her slender waist under the moonlight. Yuexia was stunned. She was really stunned. At a time like this, he was still thinking about taking advantage of me. A flash of blue light appeared in Jiang Chen's eyes. Didn't you ask me what I'll do next? Then I'll show you. Uncle Mao. The next second, the two appeared out of thin air, beside Tao Xiaoyao. Uncle Mao, how was the effect of this operation? The magic winged wyvern was exasperated by Jiang Chen's evasive maneuvers. Immediately, it roared to the heavens and unleashed its skill, magic wing gale. It flapped its wings. summoning 3 gigantic tornado storms. Jiang Chen couldn't dodge. He could only take the hit and lose HP. Fortunately, he'd replaced his mana bar with an HP bar. He also had mana potions and mana drain effects to help. That's how he was able to withstand the boss's damage. And Jiang Chen, with a flick of his wrist, as if it cost him nothing, continuously threw poison and poison beams at the magic dragon. The man and the dragon had been locked in a stalemate for 20 minutes. Then, the system suddenly prompted. The effect of the demon suppression fragment has expired. The gold-level sealed gate is about to open. Jiang Chen knew the time had come. He raised his staff and unleashed a super-toxic healing ray. The demonic dragon roared in anger, unwillingly. With a tremendous boom, it vanished completely. Jiang Chen's level also rose by 2 levels because of this. In addition, there were a large number of individual and public points rewards. He added all the attribute rewards from his level up to his intelligence. Now his strength is enough to instantly kill ordinary players. Qin Ying and Tao Xiaoyao beside him exclaimed repeatedly. Even they both leveled up to level 18. Rather than staying and leeching experience, it seems she's more suited to soloing. Thinking this, she left the group. Jiang Chen watched, thinking to himself, this girl has a temper. Whatever, let her go. The most important thing is that Jiang Chen completed the job change quest, and received the quest item. Next, he still needs to return the bottle to Yiding. Now that the server-wide quest is complete, it's time to settle the score with the major guilds. At this moment, outside the seal gate, numerous players were completely baffled. Although the seal gate had opened, no monsters came out. Could it be a bug? Yen Luo, seeing this, was just about to send someone in to check. A demonic aura surged out from the sealed gate. Simultaneously, the sound of footsteps grew closer. Looking closely, it was Yu Xia, the trigger of the server-wide quest. And that demonic aura was the essence clinging to her. Many players exclaimed in amazement. Why is she still alive? Could it be that there were no monsters inside the door after all? Ignoring everyone's surprised exclamations, Yu Xia walked directly outward. At this time, Yen Luo suddenly called out to her. With an unpleasant expression, he asked her, why were you able to come out from the sealed door? And what about the 3 killers? Yu Xia chuckled. Why should I tell you? Yen Luo stared coldly at the moon and said, given the demonic energy clinging to you, I assume you don't want to die. Besides, we mean you no harm. We just want to know about the first kill team situation. He laughed, a sound like a cosmic joke. You also want to cause trouble for the first kill team? Then go in and see for yourself. Hearing this, the younger brother beside Yen Luo said without turning his head under the moon, I have nothing to talk about with you. He then activated his stealth ability and disappeared. Seeing this, Bai Mao thought Yu Xia was trying to escape, and immediately activated his staff. But it was too late. Yu Xia had already vanished from his previous location. The next second, Yu Xia appeared behind the white cat. Yen Luo's gaze turned icy upon seeing this. You are determined to be an enemy of the Heavenly Court Guild. I'll give you one last chance. Yu Xia showed no fear, replying, then you can try. At that moment, Jiang Chen slowly walked out from the sealed door. I'll leave here after I get my spoils. This time, the boss dropped a platinum grade, corrupted dragon staff and a dragon skull helmet. Because they're corrupted by dark energy, they need to be purified before use. In addition, there's a 3-star skill book. It can be used to fuse one piece of self-gold grade equipment of the same quality. When he walked out of the Golden Gate alive, all the players were stunned. Jiang Chen watched their reactions and thought to himself, it seems I'll be able to get out alive. It's quite shocking, indeed. Jiang Chen looked at Yu Xia, who had emerged earlier, and said, just tell them I'm in the seal gate. But Yu Xia looked displeased. Why did you come out? You'll lose big time if you don't complete all the server quests. Jiang Chen let out a hearty laugh. Of course the quest is complete. Jiang Chen secretly sent a message to Yu Xia, telling him to quickly sneak into the seal gate. It'll be very dangerous outside in a while. Upon hearing this, Yu Xia urged Jiang Chen to be careful. There are too many of them. Can you manage it alone? Yu Xia paused for a moment under the moonlight. Then, her face flushed, she said, I still have to avenge you, Ran. Then she turned and looked down at Zimao. This time, I'll let you go. After saying that, she left Jiang Chen. I'll wait for your good news inside. At this moment, Yen Luo walked in front of Jiang Chen and questioned him. I didn't expect you to actually make it out alive. What about the others in your team? Jiang Chen jiggled his staff. His face showed an indifferent expression. They're inside the gate. Why don't you go and see for yourself? Hearing this, Yen Luo chuckled. He arrogantly told Jiang Chen, as long as you summon that knight, and the summoner, I'll let you off. After all, you're just a priest. However, Jiang Chen was even more arrogant. They're both my teammates. I can't possibly let them go out to die. Call me father. This immediately enraged Yen Luo. He pointed at Jiang Chen and cursed. A mere pastor dares to make a fool of me. Seeing Yen Luo successfully provoked, Jiang Chen chuckled. Shall we begin? Having used so many demon suppression fragments, those who want me dead, shouldn't be limited to just your Heavenly Court guild, right? The Immortal Myth guild leader, with a look of disdain, stepped forward. 2 guilds are enough. He then signaled his own guild members. The players from the 2 major guilds simultaneously attacked Jiang Chen. Countless skills were thrown at Jiang Chen as if they were free. With a loud boom, a series of damage taken prompts appeared above the smoke. But strangely, they didn't receive a kill notification. When the dust settled, Jiang Chen's figure, the concentrated fire attack of a large group of players, had only consumed a tiny amount of his health. Jiang Chen's gaze was icy. Now it's my turn. He raised his staff high. He ruthlessly activated the Lesser Holy Light Apocalypse Array. In an instant, the array covered all the Heaven Court Guild players. Yen Luo's pupils dilated in shock. He hadn't expected Jiang Chen to possess such a powerful skill. Mao, however, felt a sinister premonition. He quickly shouted for everyone to run. All players covered by the magic array were instantly killed by Jiang Chen. Yen Luo's heart was filled with resentment. How did you do that? Jiang Chen completely ignored Yen Luo's surprise. He casually threw out a healing spell. He sent Yen Luo back to his hometown directly. After doing all this, he stepped on the bloody giant blade where Yen Luo had fallen, his gaze icy as he looked towards the Royal Dynasty Guild behind him. Now it's your turn. He once again fixed his gaze on the Royal Dynasty Guild. The guild leader stared at Jiang Chen with a serious expression, asking what he intended to do. The Royal Dynasty Guild has no grievance with you. Jiang Chen stared at him with icy eyes. In the national war of my past life, the Royal Dynasty Guild colluded with foreign servers to eliminate domestic rivals, directly leading to the destruction of a main national server city. Such a person deserves to die. Jiang Chen pointed at his head. Ask him if something's not right here. You just used a demon-subduing fragment, trying to trap me to death in the Golden Gate. Now you say we have no grievances between us. Hearing this, the guild master nervously explained. The Royal Dynasty used the demon-subduing fragment for the server-wide quest, not to target the first kill team. How about we both take a step back? Let's just pretend nothing happened, okay? You don't want to make enemies with the entire server's guilds, do you? But Jiang Chen simply waved his hand, indicating it was impossible. From his understanding of the Imperial Dynasty Guild, he knew this was a stalling tactic. Sure enough, once all the members of the Imperial Dynasty Guild had arrived, the guild leader stood at the back, loudly berating Jiang Chen for being too arrogant. The Royal Dynasty Guild isn't someone you can easily offend. He then ordered the guild players to attack Jiang Chen. For a while, a dense barrage of attacks assaulted Jiang Chen, but Jiang Chen didn't even use a single skill, just relying on his movements. He easily dodged all the attacks. The little guys on the side were all stunned. This is the difference between a master and us ordinary mortals. After dodging all the attacks, Jiang Chen chuckled. Is that all you've got? Hearing this, the Imperial Dynasty's guild leader instantly lost his cool. Able to withstand the siege of numerous warriors, a group of warriors charged towards Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen smiled calmly at this. Who wants to play close-quarters combat with you all? Immediately, he and the Dream Fairy instantly merged, activating his skill. He suddenly appeared above the Imperial Dynasty's guild leader's head. Seeing this, the guild leader immediately tried to escape. Jiang Chen instantly activated the Minor Holy Light Apocalypse Array. He instantly wiped out the Imperial Dynasty guild leader and all the guild members. The onlookers were all stunned. The national server's war god was actually a support cleric. Is this what a top-tier player is like? At this moment, only Jiang Chen remained on the battlefield. Jiang Chen watched the fallen weapons of the Imperial Court, thinking to himself, these weapons might be able to feed the magic crystal ball to the gold level. At this time, Feng Lin from the 90s guild cautiously came to Jiang Chen's side, saying that they were also following the trend, and used the town demon fragments. I hope to reach a settlement with Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen doesn't want any trouble either. He then countered, demanding 30 pieces of bronze equipment, plus the list of guilds that used the demon suppression fragments. Then it would be considered settled. Feng Lin agreed without hesitation. Immediately afterwards, he privately messaged Jiang Chen. The large guilds that participated in the seal. There's also a player called Last Night Stars. Jiang Chen sighed helplessly. Looks like there are quite a few guilds that want me dead. He suddenly turned his head towards a direction, and said playfully. Leaving in such a hurry, I wonder where he offended the guild leader, even trying to get our team killed inside the seal gate. Hearing this, the Supreme Guild Master turned around and chuckled. The great god Fanchen is joking. I would never do such a thing. It's just the guild's youngsters being unruly and making a mess. Jiang Zhua smiled and waved his hand. 200 pieces of bronze equipment. Let's call it even between us. Hearing this, the Supreme Guild leader's pupils constricted slightly. Then don't blame me for being ruthless. He forced a smile, saying 200 pieces was too many. How about 100? Uncle Cat. A blue orb of light suddenly shot from Junlin guild leader's forehead towards Jiang Chen, attacking him, instantly hitting Jiang Chen. Seeing Jiang Chen's HP drop notification, Junlin, the guild leader, let out a hearty laugh. Finally dead, huh? The onlookers nearby condemned them one after another. Zizimeng is unsportsmanlike, resorting to sneak attacks. It's such a pity that the great god Fansua died like that, but some also noticed something suspicious. Why did Jiang Chen's body shatter into pieces after he died, while other players simply vanished and returned to the resurrection point? Just as everyone was puzzled, Jiang Chen suddenly appeared beside the Junlin guild leader. It turned out that he had activated skill name. This needs to be added from the video, the moment he was about to be hit. Seeing this, the Junlin guild leader's pupils dilated in shock. He shouted, "Why aren't you dead?" Jiang Chen chuckled. "Your skills truly ensure my death. I've never been one for reason." The little holy light revelation array was instantly unleashed. It sent the Junlin guild leader straight back home. Jiang Chen looked at the Junlin guild leader and exclaimed at the dropped silver-grade equipment. The Junlin guild leader is such a good person. He actually volunteered such good equipment. Plus the bronze-level equipment dropped by the two large guilds. These are enough to upgrade his magic crystal ball to the next level. This time, he gained the upper hand, due to information asymmetry and high damage. But next time he faces the major guilds, it won't be so easy. Just then, a system prompt suddenly appeared. The remaining 5 sealed gates will open simultaneously. Other players, after receiving the prompt, rushed to the battlefield. Jiang Chen was also stunned by this. It seems I can only let the Yulong guild be for now. Right now, my priority is completing the server-wide quest. Then he turned and shouted towards the sealed gate. Hearing this, the Qingying trio, slowly walking out from the sealed gate. The 3 women witnessed the scene just now, once again transforming into Zhang's little fangirl. Jiang Chen looked at the moon and teased, "If you don't quit the team, then lead the way." To the Lihua City resurrection point, the figure of the Imperial Prince, condensed within the magic array. Luckily, he took off all his equipment when he dealt with Jiang Chen. He took off all his equipment when fighting Jiang Chen. Hearing this, Yen Luo chuckled. "So many people from your royal dynasty guild died. It's really eye-opening for me." Hearing this, the Crown Prince said playfully, "You'd better think about the money you have left. Is there enough to buy another gold-tier equipment? I heard that shops in Julu City are now selling gold-tier armor." These words instantly struck a nerve with Yen Luo. Enraged, Yen Luo yelled at the Crown Prince's back, "Don't you dare worry about me." Immediately afterward, he and his guild members rushed back to Julu City without stopping. This time, the gold-tier armor. It can't be stolen by others. At this moment, within Julu City, people are searching everywhere for Jiang Chen's shop, and she is Jiang Chen's older sister in real life, Xia Royer. In a short while, she found the treasure pavilion, following the information Jiang Chen gave her. Seeing that Jiang Chen had already put the shop manager, it was written in her name. Xia Royer thought, "This brat is quite capable. He's arranged everything for me. Then I should just tell him I'm here." Immediately, she sent a friend request to Jiang Chen. At this moment, outside the 7th seal, a bronze-level boss, the unicorn rhinoceros, charged straight at Jiang Chen. Seeing this, Jiang Chen raised his hand and unleashed a healing beam. It instantly wiped out 10% of the boss's health. The attacked boss roared in pain, raising its head to the sky. It activated its skill, charging wildly. It charged directly towards Jiang Chen at high speed. Seeing this, Jiang Chen quickly activated his blink skill. He dodged the boss's attack. The 3 onlookers watched Jiang Chen fight the boss solo. "I'm thoroughly enjoying this carefree life of eating and waiting for death." A few minutes later, the boss dropped 2 silver-grade items, the moon spring robe and the cold iron greatsword. After Jiang collected the equipment, he called to the 3 women. Just then, Jiang Chen suddenly received a message. "Player Royer is requesting to add you as a friend." Jiang Chen's eyes lit up instantly. Could it be Sister Royer? He had just sent a message to confirm her identity. Xia Royer immediately sent a message complaining, "My dear little brother, I see you finally accepted my friend request. I've arrived at the shop in Julu City. There are 2 big spenders here who look like easy marks. Yen Luo, the president of Heaven's Court, and Tai Zi, the president of the Imperial Dynasty." Xia Royer asks how much a gold-tier equipment should be sold for. Jiang Chen feels secretly pleased after hearing this. He tells Xia Royer to let them bid themselves. Receiving Jiang Chen's reply, Xia Royer chuckles. She tells the villains the starting price is 10,000 gold. Hearing this, Yen Luo holds up 2 fingers. He tentatively asked, "How about 20,000 gold for the blood demon armor and the cold frost staff?" But he was unexpectedly mocked by the crown prince beside him, calling him a pauper. Right now, the entire server only has 5 gold tier pieces of equipment. You think you can buy 2 for 20,000? He immediately bid 25,000 gold. Junlin, the guild leader of the Supreme Alliance, suddenly walked in. Yen Luo's face darkened upon seeing him. He questioned him about his presence there. Junlin chuckled. Of course, I'm here to buy equipment. I can't let your Heavenly Court guild monopolize all the gold tier equipment, can I? He immediately bid 28,000 gold. Yen Luo's face turned ashen. You guys are deliberately trying to make things difficult for me, aren't you? Look at all the big shots down there constantly bidding. So this is how much money you can make playing games. She then told Jiang Chen that she had sold 2 pieces of equipment for 30,000 gold. Jiang Chen smiled faintly in response. He entrusted her with full responsibility for the shop. Now he needs to concentrate his energy on challenging the 9th seal. Tao Xiaoyao couldn't help but wonder why there weren't any players outside the 9th seal. Although they bypassed the first 2 seals directly, some players should have reached here by now. Seeing this, Jiang Chen's expression darkened. It seems the 5 sealed doors have opened simultaneously. This has put considerable pressure on the players. Seeing this, Qingying asked Jiang Chen what they should do next. The system sent another prompt. The sealed doors are about to open. The 9 cauldrons of demon subjugation are under demonic attack. Upon receiving the prompt, Yuexia's heart sank. It seems the 9 cauldrons of demon subjugation can no longer hold out. Then she asked Jiang Chen, if the 9 ding of demon suppression fails, the server-wide quest will fail too. What should we do now? Hearing this, Jiang Chen's expression turned serious. He told the 3 women to go and support the 3 battlefields of the 9 ding of demon suppression, while he himself would deal with the 3 silver tier bosses. Of the 3 women, Jiang Chen was most worried about. It's Tao Xiaoyao. Her command ability shouldn't disappoint me. Jiang Chen turned and asked. Tao Xiaoyao also knew this wasn't the time to refuse. She resolutely guaranteed she wouldn't disappoint Jiang Chen. At this moment, outside the Jinhua 9 tripods, many players gathered together, resisting the demonic invasion. But even though they tried their best to cut down, the monsters are gathering in greater numbers. It looks like our defenses are about to collapse. Some players even want to quit the game. After all, if you're tainted with demonic energy and die, you'll suffer a huge attribute penalty. Then a green-haired mage pressed his staff against the maw of a demonic wolf and shouted to those behind him, "Someone, help me. My blue bar is empty." The long sword pierced the magic wolf directly. Green Hair was just about to thank the player who saved him, but suddenly noticed behind Shorty, Tao Xiaoyao and the other 2 appeared. The other players, seeing the 3, immediately saw hope. They shouted, "Big shots, save us." At this moment, Tao Yao stood before the battlefield, his face grave. Since the great god has such faith in me, I absolutely cannot let him down. Immediately, I shouted to the many players. Ranged players on the right, retreat to the Jinhua Ding. Prioritize clearing nearby monsters, to prevent the Jinhua Ding from being contaminated. Hearing this, many players followed Tao Xiaoyao's command and changed formations. At that time, Yulong Zai Tian, having heard this, also ordered all the guild players to listen to Tao Xiaoyao's commands. This little girl has something. She knows how to have us ranged players fall back. Tao Xiaoyao then ordered all the warriors to form 2 lines, with those level 15 and above forming the first line of defense, ready to replace the players at the front at any time. Back row priests constantly monitor the front row HP, especially the frontline warriors. Keep their HP above 80% at all times, 80% or more. Many players lined up neatly in formation. Yulong Zai Tian looked orderly. Watching the battlefield, the commander Tao Xiaoyao felt a secret thrill. He's definitely an invaluable commanding talent. If we can recruit members from our own guild, we'll have a significant advantage in future guild wars. Even with Tao Xiaoyao joining us, our player count is still low right now. I'm afraid it won't last long. Could it be that this server-wide quest will truly end in failure? Each time we attack the gate of the 11th seal, he's condensed 3 cores. Jiang Chen has already hunted them. At this moment, he felt somewhat fortunate. He hadn't expected this boss to be a long-range magic user. Once it appeared on the Jinhua 9 Cauldrons battlefield, it would probably wipe out all the players in minutes. He had to act quickly and leave it here. Thinking this, Jiang Chen raised his hand and threw out a healing spell. The attacked demon fox, Ying Ying's 3 tails immediately condensed into a mass of dark blue foxfire, attacking Jiang Chen. Seeing this, Jiang Chen pondered. Although he could dodge the attack by moving, it would waste too much time. He simply summoned the small holy light apocalypse array, choosing the most brutal method. Until 10 minutes later, Jiang successfully exhausted the 3-tailed demon fox, obtaining the golden tier crescent robe and the unwavering longbow. Immediately afterward, he went all out. At this moment, the 3 women gathered again outside the 9 cauldrons of demon subjugation. Yuexia reminded Tao Xiaoyao that the right flank's defenses had been breached again. Hurry and think of a solution. However, Tao Xiaoyao said there's nothing she can do. This is already the optimal solution. If we want to break the deadlock, then there's only one way. Tao Xiaoyao commanded all the players in the server to resist the monster invasion. However, the number of monsters was 5 times that of the players. The defense line being breached by the monsters was only a matter of time. She knew there was only one way to turn the tide now. Just one way. To try her best to hold out until Jiang Chen arrived. Hearing this, Yulong Zai Tian's expression turned serious, saying, I admit Fan Chen is very powerful. But can you guarantee that after we hold them off, he will definitely be able to deal with these demonic creatures? Tao Xiaoyao didn't even hesitate. A single sentence I can utter effortlessly. Seeing her serious attitude, Yulong decided to trust her one more time. He immediately turned to the members of the Yulong Guild and shouted loudly, use all your best skills to hold back these monsters. For a moment, numerous players seemed. But there were just too many demonic creatures. In no time, they were pushed back again. Some demonic creatures even broke through the blockade. They lunged towards the last remaining demon-subduing cauldron. Seeing this, Tao Xiaoyao quickly sent a message to Jiang Zhua, asking her where she was. We can barely hold on here. The demonic creatures were about to breach the demon-subduing cauldron. If the last Jinma Ding is breached, it means the server-wide quest has failed. All players will receive attribute penalties. At this time, Jiang Chen's voice suddenly echoed across the battlefield. It's not over yet. He appeared out of nowhere above the Jinma Ding. He was seen standing on a demonic dragon, holding his staff aloft. The small holy light apocalypse array rapidly spread outwards. All the monsters outside the Jinma cauldron were instantly killed. Jiang Chen stood in midair, thanking everyone for their efforts. Now, please entrust your backs to me, although I'm a cleric who can't heal. Players across the server rejoiced at this sight. Dust God really arrived. Some were even so moved they knelt on the ground, directly worshipping Jiang Chen as the god of the holographic game. He even used a magic dragon as transportation. That's some incredible skill. Yulong Zai Tian secretly cursed. Let him have his moment. And the others realized for the first time that playing a game could be this exciting. After Jiang Chen joined the battle, everyone seemed to see hope. They charged into the horde of monsters. Looking at the corpses of the demonic wolves strewn across the ground, Tao Xiaoyao finally breathed a sigh of relief. It's over. Qin Ying and Yuexia also said that, after this mission ends, they would take a good long half-day rest. At this time, Jiang Chen came before the 3 women, remind them not to relax just yet. The area hasn't been cleared yet. He was on his way to hunt the boss. He rushed over after receiving a distress signal from Tao Xiaoyao. Fortunately, the boss didn't appear on the battlefield. Otherwise, all the players in the server would be wiped out. Hearing this, Yuexia couldn't help but feel puzzled. After the server-wide quest was activated, all the monsters will converge towards the demon-suppressing cauldron. Logically, the boss should appear. Hearing this, Jiang Chen decided to go to the 12th ceiling gate. Let's go see. At this moment, outside the ceiling gate, a silver-level boss, the Chi Demon Serpent, was roaring towards the front. Several people stared at the demon serpent with serious expressions. They knew the boss was powerful. Now they could only grit their teeth and try. If all else failed, they would use swiftness potions to escape. Having said that, the archer prepared to attack the magic serpent. On a nearby hilltop, Jiang Chen was watching the 4 people fighting the magic serpent. It seemed someone had beaten him to it. But he wasn't the least bit flustered, because he knew this team was absolutely no match for the magic serpent. He could also take the opportunity to observe the magic serpent's moves. Sure enough, when the magic serpent spewed its poisonous mist, the players in the team were completely unable to lock onto the magic serpent. They could only watch helplessly as the magic serpent regained health. Most importantly, they couldn't regain health here, and their shields couldn't hold out for the whole battle. Seeing this, the captain decided to retreat. Continuing like this, they would eventually be worn down and die here. Then he led the 4 of them to run away from the battlefield. Jiang saw them disengage from the battle. He then signaled his team to prepare to face the magic serpent. At this time, the 4 fleeing members also noticed Jiang Chen and his group. Seeing the composition of Jiang Chen's team, they estimated that Jiang Chen and the others would also return empty-handed, like them. Then the captain suddenly had a bright idea. He went to Jiang Chen and asked if they needed help. After all, this boss is quite difficult. The dropped equipment could be split evenly. Jiang Chen turned his head and then realized that the 4 people were actually from Jinqi Hengmi. Xiaowen, Xiao Chun, and the other 2 are all high-level players on the past life leaderboard. I didn't expect them to be on the same team early on, but these future leaderboard bosses are so familiar with each other. Jiang Chen waved his hand and directly refused. Since you're not fighting, please stay away. Don't interfere with us. Xiao Chun's eyes widened in anger upon hearing this. He cursed Jiang Chen for being too arrogant. Is it necessary to be so hostile? Qin Ying, who was standing nearby, was immediately displeased after hearing this. It's clearly because you yourselves can't win, you want to find someone to practice with, and you still talk about kindness. Xiaochun chuckled upon hearing that. You guys should check the boss's information first. Don't end up being wiped out by the boss and make fools of yourselves. Jiang Chen's eyes instantly flashed with killing intent. If the four of you don't leave, I don't mind sending you back to the resurrection point first. Jianqi Hengqiu's expression also darkened. But it's all the truth. We can move back a little. Don't be so absolute. We might still have a chance to cooperate. Jiang Chen chuckled upon hearing this. Without turning around, he told the few people, don't worry, there won't be such a chance. Then he asked Tao Xiaoyao and the other two to guard here and prevent the four from stealing monsters. He went off to hunt the boss alone. The three women also knew that the other four were constantly eyeing the boss. They all readily agreed to ensure the task's completion. When Jiang Chen saw the magic serpent's attribute panel, he immediately understood why the four of them had given up. It turned out the magic serpent possessed combination skills, toxic mist and magical self-healing. Without overwhelming damage to crush it, the demonic serpent didn't even lose any health. At this moment, Hengqiu and the others still looked unconvinced. A mere priest dared to solo the boss. Then, they were shocked. They saw Jiangzhua raise his staff high. He depleted 1,000 of the boss's health points. The attacked demonic serpent flew at him furiously. Jiangzhua quickly dodged the attack using his agility. Then, another healing ray shot out. The pained magic serpent cried out to the heavens. The four members of Hengqiu's group were instantly stunned. That's clearly the effect of a healing spell. And how can he, a priest, have higher damage than all of us combined? At this moment, Hengqiu suppressed his inner shock. It must be a talent effect. Just like Xiaochun's healing spell, which can be converted into a shield through talents. Zhang's healing techniques, however, can be converted into damage. Watching Jiang Chen fight the magic serpent with ease, Xian Duan chuckled self-deprecatingly. It seems he does indeed have the qualifications to refuse us. However, Xiao Chun didn't think so. In her opinion, even if Jiang Chen's damage is high, he's still a fragile priest. When the boss activates its combo skill to regain health, everything is self-made. When the magic snake released the poisonous mist, Jiang Chen was instantly trapped in the poisonous mist and lost his direction. However, before she could be happy for long, Uncle Mao explained. At this moment, Jiang Chen was in the magic snake's poisonous mist, completely unaffected. He came to the magic snake's side. The staff in his hand instantly shone with a dazzling light. He fiercely launched the lesser holy light apocalypse array. It directly dealt a critical hit. The pain caused the magic serpent to roar to the heavens. Xiaochun, nearby, seeing this, seemed unable to believe her eyes. Clerics don't have this kind of area of effect skill. Could he be cheating? Hearing this, Qingying immediately became unhappy. She was mocked as an idiot. If you can't do it yourself, don't say others can't either. Xiao Chun wanted to argue with Qingying, but was stopped by Hengqiu, who turned and said, we were too self-righteous. He must have obtained a skill book of a fairly high level. That's why he has area of effect damage. Otherwise, the damage wouldn't be so high. He really does have the ability to solo the boss. Hearing this, Xiaochun finally understood. While they were arguing, Jiangzhua had already completed the first kill of the Naki magic serpent. It dropped a gold-level magic light staff, and a night blade, as well as several silver-level pieces of equipment. Seeing this, Jiangchen was secretly delighted. Gold level, I've made a killing. Then, a system announcement rang out. Server-wide quest completed. The limited time points exchange shop will open in 10 minutes. Jiang Chen approached the three women and told them, you three can split the team's shared points equally. You worked hard on this quest. Hearing this, the three women's eyes instantly lit up. Suddenly, Hengqiu appeared before Jiang Chen. He greeted him. Jiang Chen's gaze turned cold at this. He thought, didn't get the boss, now he's planning to rob me. At these words, Hengqiu was instantly drenched in cold sweat. He quickly explained that he just wanted to ask about the silver-grade equipment that had just dropped. What kind of profession is it? Can you sell it to us? Jiang Chen laughed heartily upon hearing this. So it's friends who came to send money. He then asked Hengqiu how he planned to bid. Hengqiu, with a flattering expression, said, they could make a deal at 10% above the market price. It was sold at 10% of the price. He directly posted all the self-made silver-grade equipment. Hengqiu was instantly stunned. Are you an equipment wholesaler? Jiang Chen grinned. Hengqiu gritted his teeth and shouted, I'll buy them. He kept comforting himself in his heart. Just consider it as spending money to reconcile with a big shot. And I can also get good equipment. Qingying, watching from the side, was stunned by this scene. His attitude changed so quickly. After the transaction, Jiang Chen's mouth was almost splitting to his ears. Sure enough, people who can make it onto the leaderboard are rich. At this time, Qingying asked Jiang Chen where they should go next. Jiang Chen told them to go back to the main city first and take a look. He, however, is going to the snowy forest of love. Upon hearing this, Qing Ying and Tao Xiaoyao expressed. Yu Xia told Jiang Chen that she had something else to do, and left the team, but she still had something to ask Jiang Chen. Hearing this, Jiang Chen was completely dumbfounded. Anything else to ask me? Yu Xia then leaned in close to Jiang Chen. She asked him, her face flushed. Jiang Chen was startled at first. Then he suddenly thought of Sister Royer. Jiang Chen quickly shook his head. Why did he suddenly think of Sister Royer? Under the moonlight, his face flushed. She pressed Jiang Chen, asking if he had. Jiang Chen said with a puzzled look, not yet. Ask her what she wants to do. Yu's lips curled up slightly. But next time we meet, I won't hold you back again. Having said that, he bid farewell to everyone. Jiang Chen then went alone to the snowy forest. Soon he came to Yiding's side again. Yiding sighed helplessly. Tell Jiang Chen that Lisa has taken the soil. Hearing this, Jiang Chen handed the soil to Yiding from behind. Tell him the soil has been retrieved. As long as he has the soil, he will be able to unlock the secrets within it soon. He could be seen with cold air constantly condensing between his hands, gradually forming a snowflake. Seeing this, Jiang Chen smiled slightly. This is the perfect time to check out the server-wide mission point exchange shop. When he opened the shop panel, Bei Feng was stunned. 7,000 points. He exclaimed, the gods are so generous. 0 points. Besides various levels of weapons and equipment, and skill books of various stars, 000 points. There were also attribute pills that could enhance 4 different attributes, and the first one only costs 10 points. Jiang Chen didn't even think twice before buying them all, because he knew these attribute pills would definitely be sold at exorbitant prices in the late game. Even the wealthiest people in the real world, spending all their fortunes, might not be able to get a single one. Then he bought a piece of golden tier equipment, 3 teleportation stones and various skill stones, as well as various sealed skill books. Then he used his remaining points to exchange for gold coins. Just then, Yiding also cleared the scorching aura from the soil. Jiang Chen asked him what he needed to do next. He wanted to try using a magic array, force out the unusual aura from the soil. Feeling the aura inside, Yiding's heart pounded. The aura of a demon god. Jiang Chen instantly recalled his past life's memories. The disaster that occurred in the Qi Yan ancient land in his past life was related to the demon god. Yiding's gaze turned serious. Now he must activate the magic array, replaying the scene from that time. This way they can know exactly what happened then. Soon a figure appeared in the black mist. That person was Lisa. She was haggard, squatting on the ground, constantly murmuring, why did they come after me? Tears involuntarily streamed down her cheeks. It landed right on that sunflower. Suddenly, behind her, a strange figure appeared. It cursed her, calling her a lowly human. How dare she break free from my control? Seeing this, Jiang Chen understood. It seemed Lisa was possessed by a demon. Even her soul was controlled by the demon. At that moment, Yiding knelt down with a thud, manipulating souls. These are all the demon god's methods. The sacred palace has been infiltrated by the demon god. Then he turned to Jiang Chen and pleaded, please be sure to take the soil to Lihua City and find City Lord Yan Changfeng. Tell him about this. Jiang Zhu also knew the situation was urgent. He prepared to leave immediately. However, at that moment, an evil voice came from behind them. The surrounding space was instantly sealed. Daring to peek into the secrets of the demon god. Unexpectedly, Lisa suddenly appeared from behind, sealing the entire space and preventing Jiang Chen from leaving. Jiang Chen stood in front of Yiding, warning, she's already been controlled by the demon god. She's no longer the Lisa you know. The demon god's face darkened as he questioned Jiang Chen. Didn't you promise to kill Yiding? Why haven't you done it yet? Seeing this, Jiang Chen's expression turned grave. The space is now sealed. It seems that to complete the task, I must fight her. Jiang Chen raised his staff, prepared for battle. My promise was to Lisa. Hearing this, the demon god mockingly said, immediately provoking Yiding's immense anger. He yelled at the demon god not to insult Lisa's body. And you are nothing but a thing without a body. Hearing this, black mist surged around the demon god. He glared fiercely at Yiding. You've repeatedly ruined my plans. It seems you're going to die today. But just as she was about to attack, Lisa's soul suddenly flew out from her body to block the demon god. However, the demon god showed no mercy. It's because of this guy. Lisa has escaped her control several times. Only by letting Yiding die will Lisa obey. She formed hand seals, a mysterious magic array, expanding outward from her as its center. At that moment, Jiang Chen suddenly received a mission prompt. If Ruding dies, the mysterious job change mission will fail. Please act immediately. Jiang Chen's pupils shook violently after hearing this. I absolutely cannot let him complete the hand seal. But the demon god is so fearless, completing the hand seal right in front of me. It should be impossible to interrupt. Then there's only one way, Jiang Chen immediately shouted at Lisa's soul. The demon god chuckled. It's not a spirit language. How could I possibly? However, before he could finish his sentence, Lisa's soul directly lunged at the demon god. It turned out Jiang Chen was talking to this person, and his spatial lock, and it shattered because of Lisang's soul interference. Lisang shouted to Jiang Chen and the other, "You must go." Hearing this, Jiang Chen didn't say a word, and pulled Yiding as they ran towards the exit of the secret realm. However, at this time, Yiding patted Jiang Chen on the shoulder, telling him that he knew of a magic array that could directly teleport them to Lihua City. Soon, the two arrived before a broken magic array. He told Jiang Chen that this was the teleportation array from the Qiyan ancient land, and Lihua City. Saying this, Yiding immediately began repairing the array. Seeing this, Jiang Chen felt somewhat surprised. You can actually repair teleportation arrays. Yiding explained that he had been in Lihua City. I've done repair work on teleportation arrays before. As he spoke, the array was repaired. He placed a crystal into the array. Then he told Jiang Chen to hurry inside. Jiang Chen asked Ding, "What about you if I go?" Ding smiled helplessly. That crystal just now was actually a gift he was planning to use to propose to Lisang. Only one person can go through the teleportation array. His task is now complete. The rest is up to you. And I should go back to Lisang. Jiang Chen also knew the situation was urgent. He assured Yi Ding that he would return as soon as possible. Soon he arrived at Lihua City and found City Lord Yan Changfeng. Jiang Chen anxiously placed the soil on the table and said, "The Qiyan ancient land has been infiltrated by the demon god." Hearing this, Yan Changfeng was startled. He sensed the demonic aura emanating from the soil. Yan Changfeng knew Jiang Chen wasn't lying. He tossed a scroll with a flick of his wrist. "We must rush to the Qiyan ancient land immediately." Jiang Chen was startled upon seeing it. I didn't expect Yan Changfeng to actually have an artifact. It can instantly send its possessor to any place they've been before. Yan Changfeng then asked her the Jiang Chen demon god was. Jiang immediately replied, "In the Qinglin snowfield." Hearing this place name, Yan Changfeng was momentarily stunned. He never thought he'd return to that place in his lifetime. Then he pointed at the map. The next second, the two of them were transported to the snowy forest of love. Arriving here, Yan Changfeng discovered that this place had been hidden by an illusionary array. Jiang Chen suddenly felt a pang of regret. A parting gift for the Crimson Flame Saint Lord. He never expected that his return would be for the sake of a demon god. He returned again, but he didn't find Yiding and Lisang. Yan Changfeng looked at Jiang Chen with doubt. He didn't sense any demonic god's aura here. "Are you sure the demonic god is here?" Jiang Chen wiped the blood on the ground, calculating in his heart. Yi Ding once said he would come back to accompany Lisa when he left. If the plot of the previous life unfolds this way, but no one triggers the mysterious job transfer mission, the Qiyan ancient land will erupt in chaos. The source of the riot is the sacred palace. Thinking of this, he immediately shared his thoughts. Hearing this, Yan Changfeng's face darkened. He hadn't expected the demon god to actually attack the Qiyan sacred palace. He grabbed Jiang Chen's shoulder and instantly teleported them to the sacred palace. After they successfully teleported to the sacred palace, Yan Changfeng immediately sensed the demon god's aura. At the same time, Lisa was preparing to return to the palace. Suddenly, she felt a familiar presence behind her. A familiar aura. She turned around and snarled at what was behind her. "You dare follow me to your death? Then I'll grant you your wish." With that, she extended her 5 fingers forward. A mass of thick black mist shot out from her hand, and her target was Yiding, secretly hiding behind a tree. Seeing this, Yiding was startled. The black mist was about to hit Yiding. At the critical moment, a blue energy beam instantly dispersed the black mist. Then Yan Changfeng roared, "Bold monster! How dare you trespass into the sacred palace?" Simultaneously, he formed a Rasengan with one hand. Yiding quickly shouted, "Please don't kill Lisang. He's just possessed. He's not a villain." Hearing Yiding's plea, the attack hit Lisang, simultaneously expelling the demonic energy within him. Yiding immediately rushed forward to help Lisang up. Yan Changfeng told Yiding, "She deliberately left Lisa a chance to live. Whether she wakes up or not, depends on whether the gods favor her." The demonic energy driven out at this time strangely transformed into a human face, saying grimly, "All of you who disrupted the demon god's plan must die." Following that, a figure gradually emerged from the black mist. Yan Changfeng's pupils dilated in shock. To sacrifice his body for such an ugly spirit, to the demon god, is it really worth it? The figure chuckled. He mocked Yan Changfeng for lacking appreciation. This is a spirit body bestowed by the great demon god himself. It's the most beautiful existence in this world. Hearing this, Jiang Chen couldn't help but cover his forehead. Is this guy possessed by a demon god? He should see a psychiatrist. But what Jiang Chen never expected was As the monster's figure gradually solidified, he was actually disgusted by its repulsive appearance. Jiang Chen grabbed Yan Changfeng, saying, "The city is in your hands." However, Changfeng said he couldn't help Jiang Chen. Then he looked up at the sky, because another figure appeared in the air. It was Isa, the Qian Saint Lord. At this moment, she also looked down at Yan Changfeng and said, "Your opponent is me." Jiang Chen cried. He cried, watching Changfeng's departing figure. "No way, are you kidding me? This ugly thing, though not strong, is an eyesore." At this moment, the demon god roared and lunged at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen looked at the charging demon god, a wave of disgust washing over his eyes. "Stop yelling, just a mere demon god believer. I've even slain demon gods myself." A dazzling light shone from the staff in his hand. Immediately afterward, a venomous spell flew out. The next second, a damage notification appeared above the demon god's head. The attacked demon god roared to the heavens, cursing Jiang Chen for being too despicable. At the same time, he charged to within 10 meters of Jiang Chen. He raised his hand, condensing a ball of black energy. Jiang Chen had no time to dodge. The black energy struck Jiang Chen. Fortunately, the demon god's attack wasn't true damage. He could use his blue bar to negate the damage. This allowed Jiang Chen to completely relax. A healing ray, meticulously refined, shot out from the staff. It hit the demon god directly. The demon god's 3 heads screamed in pain. "You've angered me. I will tear you apart." Immediately afterwards, its 3 heads unleashed their skills at Jiang Chen. Invisible sonic waves surged towards Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen smiled faintly. Because the soul-shaking damage has a 2-second delay, that's enough distance for him to move out of the attack range, and his lesser holy light apocalypse array can perfectly cover the demon god from outside its attack range. After Jiang Chen moved out of the demon god's attack range, he raised his staff high and instantly released the lesser holy light apocalypse array. For a moment, the demon god received continuous HP reduction alerts. Jiang Chen frowned slightly. He couldn't help but sigh at how ugly the demon god's design was. "It seems we need to end this battle quickly. Otherwise, I'll risk a mental breakdown." Hearing this, the demon god was both furious and resentful. To dare call the body bestowed by the demon god Lord ugly, "You lowly human." Speaking thus, he unleashed the soul-shattering skill again. But Jiang Chen remained outside the demon god's attack range, continuously taunting the demon god. These days, even the boss doesn't tell the truth. Maybe in the demon god's aesthetics, you're quite handsome. Jiang Chen had worn down the demon god's clone to just 1% of its health. Jiang Chen raised his staff, about to deliver the final blow to the demon god, when suddenly the sky shattered. A powerful demonic energy attack. It crashed down on the boss. Jiang Chen was startled. He immediately turned towards the sky and cursed. "What the hell are you doing?" Yan Changfeng in the fissure awkwardly scratched his head and explained that he hadn't expected the space to suddenly shatter, causing elemental energy to overflow. However, at this moment, Jiang Chen was in a fit of anger. He was about to kill the boss. But unexpectedly, a NPC stole the first kill. Yan Changfeng nervously landed on the ground. He told Jiang Chen to rest assured that he would definitely compensate Jiang Chen afterwards. After hearing this, Jiang Chen immediately calmed down. "I actually think that world teleportation map is pretty good." Just then, the Crimson Saint suddenly spoke behind him. "This young man is quite like you in your younger days." Hearing this, Yan Changfeng's gaze turned cold. "Does he mean I'm just as clever?" Hearing these words, Isa seemed to hear the biggest joke in the world, and sneered. "No. He's just as shameless as you. He climbs the ladder pretty fast." Upon hearing this, Yan Changfeng immediately felt resentment. He asked her where she got that from. Sensing the subtle tension between them, Jiang Chen couldn't help but break into a cold sweat. "You two old flames are arguing. Can you not involve the innocent?" Following this, Aisha recounted what happened back then. "Back then, your ancestor, ignoring the saint's objections, and disregarding the lives of the people of the Qian ancient land, insisted on sealing the demon god Ani here. Wasn't that incredibly shameless? Yet he also rightfully accepted this matter. Isn't that incredibly shameless?" But Yan Changfeng stated, if his ancestor hadn't done so, whether it's the Qian ancient land, or Lihua city and the nearby main cities, all will suffer. But why should the people of the Qian ancient land? Aisha became more and more agitated as she spoke. It's because the demon god Ani Feng is sealed here, causing the Qian ancient land's nutrients to be completely used to sustain the sealing formation. That's why this place has become so barren. What's most infuriating is that, to keep this matter secret, you destroyed all the teleportation arrays in the ancient land. You even set a forbidden curse, turning this place into a forsaken land, leaving all the people of the Qian Valley forever unable to see the outside world. As she spoke, the hatred in Isa's eyes grew stronger. "Since the gods have forsaken me, then I'll join forces with the demon god to break this curse." What wrong has this forsaken land done? Yan Changfeng sighed helplessly after hearing Aisa's anger. He let out a helpless sigh. He couldn't judge his ancestors' actions, but he knew that allying with the demon god was like drinking poison to quench thirst. He had also been searching for a solution in the Qian ancient land. Hearing this, Aisa chuckled. Do you still remember you promised to take me to see the snow? I thought you would really find a way to solve the suffering of the people in Qian ancient land, but you only left behind an ice-type forbidden spell, and left. Jiang Zuiyue, who was watching from the sidelines, became increasingly shocked as he listened. The romantic love story Yiding talked about turned out to be this version. Yan Changfeng painfully closed his eyes. I wronged you back then. But no matter what, I can't let the demon god escape. Aisha drew her sword and sneered. Yan Changfeng is still so naive. Let's settle this once and for all. Having said that, she charged towards Yan Changfeng with her long sword. Jiang Chen was secretly startled by this scene. He didn't expect the Crimson Flame Saint Lord to be a sword sect professional. Yan Changfeng raised his hand and summoned a blue and red shield of light, directly blocking Aisa's attack. At the same time, he warned Aisa. I can only kill you with my own hands. After you die, I will resign from my position as Lord of Lihua City, to join you in heaven. As he spoke, two energy spheres, one red and one blue, formed in his hand. Jiang Chen frowned upon seeing this. Ice and fire dual forbidden spell. The entire Qian ancient land will be affected. Immediately, Jiang Chen disregarded the transfer job task, and yelled at Yan Changfeng. You people from the Yan family are so shameless. Your ancestor trapped the people of Qian ancient land within it, but you're even crueler than your ancestor. You're directly trying to wipe out Qian ancient land completely. Yan Changfeng couldn't refute Jiang Chen's words. Because Aisha is very powerful, he can't let Aisha release the demon god. This is his only way out. Afterward, he will atone with his death. At this time, Aisha attacked Yan Changfeng again, and told Jiang Chen, this matter has nothing to do with you. We, the people of Qian ancient land, even if we die, don't want to continue to linger on like this anymore. Seeing both of them so stubborn, Jiang Chen felt incredibly helpless. He rushed between the two and shouted loudly. I have a way to solve your problems. Let's bring the light back to this place. Elsa was startled upon hearing this. Yan Changfeng also turned his head and said questioningly, you can't just say things like that. Jiang Zhuo pursed his lips and started to complain. The reason this place became a forsaken land, isn't it because of the demon god, Ani? If that's the case, why don't we just kill him? Hearing this, Aisha's face immediately turned cold. Anil is a demon god with an immortal body. Only sealing him can prevent him from ever appearing again. Yan Changfeng also said with a wry smile, they simply have no way to kill a demon god. Give me 2 years. I will slay the demon god for you. No sooner had he spoken than Jiang Chen triggered a special system task to sign a contract with the gods and slay the demon god, Ani. If he fails, the player's soul will remain forever in the ancient land of Scarlet Flame. Task reward, World Teleportation Map. Once the contract with the gods is established, it cannot be changed. Please choose carefully. At this moment, Yan Changfeng widened his eyes. It is said that you adventurers come from the homeland of the gods. I also believe you possess unlimited potential. So, are you willing to swear on your soul to make a pact with the gods? At this moment, Jiang Chen swore, slapping his chest. Jiang Chen, the otherworldly adventurer, swore on his soul. If he fails to slay the demon god within 2 years, his soul will forever be unable to leave the Qian ancient land. After doing all this, Jiang Chen let out a long sigh of relief. Then he asked Aisha, can you stop now? Seeing this, Aisha sighed helplessly. She had no choice but to agree to Jiang Chen's request to stop temporarily. But if the contract is not completed after 2 years, she would still make the same choice. At this time, Yan Changfeng added from the side. These past 2 years, he's also been trying his best to find other solutions, hoping it won't come to him and Aisha having to meet on the battlefield. We'll see when you actually do it. But before that, she has one more request. That is to repair the teleportation array in the Qian ancient land. Although the people of Qian ancient land are affected by the technology, I can't leave Qian ancient land. But as long as there are still magic crystals, the people of Qian ancient land can still communicate with the outside world. Things will gradually get better. Yan Changfeng couldn't decide for a moment. He planned to return to the main city and discuss it with the governor. Hearing this, Jiang Chen secretly sighed in relief. Returning to the main city so soon? What about my job transfer task? Thinking of this, he couldn't help but cough twice, reminding Yan Changfeng. Yan Changfeng instantly understood Jiang Chen's meaning. He told Jiang Chen not to worry. Then he looked at Aisha. This matter can be resolved. Fan's contribution is undeniable. Can we open that place? Hearing this, Aisha looked at Jiang Chen, a mysterious smile on her face. Since he swore on his soul, then I truly have no reason to refuse. Immediately turning around, she motioned for Jiang Chen to follow. Simultaneously, a system prompt announced the completion of the job transfer quest. Please proceed to the Qian Sacred Palace to claim your reward. Seeing this, Jiang Chen couldn't help but smile slightly. No wonder no one could complete this task in past lives. It still has to be me. Elsa placed her long sword in the statue's hand. Immediately, the statue glowed faintly. A transparent spatial gate slowly opened in front of the statue. Elsa turned to Jiang Zhua and said. After he steps into the spatial gate, the scene before him suddenly changed. Jiang Chen curiously looked around. This temple seemed different from the god's bright sanctuary. Hearing this, Yan Changfeng looked ahead, his eyes full of reverence. This was originally the ancient bright sanctuary, established by the creation god himself. The current temple of light was merely founded by the god of light, and before the god of light became a god, he was just a priest of the ancient temple of light. After hearing Yan Changfeng's explanation, look how high-class the ancient temple of light is. Before the gigantic statue of the creation god, and behind him floated 6 smaller stone statues. These correspond to the priest's 6 hidden professions. They correspond to 2 main directions of the hidden professions. One is the high priest direction, focused on healing. The other is the judge direction, focused on judgment. She had Jiang Chen place his hand on the crystal ball in front of the creation god, initiating the job change ceremony. She instructed Jiang Chen that after the ceremony begins, the sages will test you. By gaining the approval of which sage, you can obtain the corresponding hidden class. If you pass all 6 sages' tests, then you can choose from the 6 hidden classes. At this time, Yan Changfeng interrupted Isa. He told Jiang Chen not to listen to her nonsense. To date, only the current pope of the Holy Light Temple, he has received the recognition of 6 sages. Hearing this, Jiang Chen was instantly shocked. So it's that invincible old pervert below the gods. In his previous life, it was said he could have become a god long ago. If it weren't for spreading his faith, he could have obtained godhood long ago. Aisha then took out a god-given magic stone and handed it to Jiang Chen. She told Jiang Chen that this was for the job change ceremony. Jiang looked at the item description of the god-given magic stone, a puzzled look on his face. It's an item that can be used. Aisha reminded Jiang Chen, because once the job change ceremony begins, all equipment and skills will become invalid. You can only rely on your base attributes. Upon hearing this, Jiang Chen was instantly shocked. But since he's come this far, he won't give up easily. Saying this, he placed his hand on the crystal ball. Instantly, the crystal ball shone brightly. A dazzling light gradually enveloped Jiang Chen's entire body. After Jiang Chen started the job transfer quest, he found himself in a vast expanse of stars. A huge priest job transfer tower appeared before him. Jiang Chen cautiously observed his surroundings. This space is quite similar to the environmental challenge. Then he checked his attribute panel. Sure enough, apart from the basic attributes, all other equipment enhancements had completely vanished. Fortunately, his yin-yang reversal talent remained. The moment he landed, a faint voice echoed through the space. Please enter the priest advancement tower to undergo the trials. As he stepped into the first floor plaza, a wooden warrior inexplicably appeared beside him. He also gained the quick healing spell, and a beginner's wooden staff. At the same time, Jiang Chen discovered that quick healing could be used with yin-yang reversal. It seems this trial tests the essence of being a priest. This usable talent must be a trap. Jiang Chen now faces another identical wooden puppet. Jiang Chen was fortunate that he was clever. Otherwise, he would have been eliminated right away. Then he swung his staff forward. I'll heal your health. Saying this, the 2 wooden puppets engaged in battle. Jiang Chen watched Lao Mu's steadily decreasing health. He calculated the timing of his healing spells, because each healing spell restored 150 health points. Jiang Chen only cast the healing spell when Lao Mu had lost exactly 150 health points. Thus, the man and the tree coordinated their efforts, climbing down layer by layer. At this moment, inside the Guanming ancient temple, Aisha watched Jiang Chen's back, puzzled. He's been in there for a while now. Why hasn't any of the ancestor statues lit up? Yan Changfeng beside her reassured Aisha. Jiang Chen, being a priest, was able to single-handedly kill the demon god's followers. His talent must be incredibly rare. Aisha looked towards Jiang Chen again after hearing this. But his talent, until now, has not been recognized by the elders. I find it hard to believe she can kill the demon god Amy within 2 years. Hearing this, Yan Changfeng sighed. But now, they can only believe in Jiang. After all, people in this world are incapable of killing the demon god Amy. Only adventurers from other worlds. Only then does he have such ability. He looked at Jiang Chen's back, causing Aisha to wait and see. I believe that since he dared to make the god's contract, he definitely won't disappoint us. However, Aisha said, wait for what? Calculating the time, he should have already passed 4 floors. But now there's still no response. Before he could finish speaking, 4 statues simultaneously erupted in dazzling light. Yan Changfeng's face lit up at this sight. All 4 of them, 4 sages simultaneously acknowledged him. Aisha was also quite shocked by this. What on earth did he do in the advancement tower? At this moment, inside the advancement tower, he had simply muttered that the trial was too easy. I didn't expect the job change tower to directly double the opponents on the 4th floor. Jiang Chen was so angry he commanded Lao Mu to fight. While cursing the job change tower for being unprincipled, he threw healing spells from his hand, as if they were free, desperately healing Lao Mu. They finally finished off all the wooden golems on the 4th floor. Jiang Chen was just about to go to the next level with Lao Mu, when suddenly the system prompted that due to Jiang Chen's excellent performance, the Ascension Tower would be opening the ultimate trial early. He would have to face 12 enemies alone. The longer he persisted, the higher the probability of completing the trial, the higher the probability of passing the test. The trial begins. The arena will continuously shrink. If you haven't killed your enemy when the arena disappears, you fail the trial. Jiang Chen couldn't help but tremble at this. A Chinese curse slipped out. This is just screwing with me. As the final trial began, Jiang Chen watched the enemy continuously appearing ahead. He secretly rejoiced inside. He knew this was a test of the priest's survival ability without the protection of teammates. But as the only Shadow Priest player in the entire server, without teammates, he would only be stronger. This Ascension Tower was too kind to him. Jiang Chen directly activated Yin-Yang Reversal. The quick healing spell instantly became a damage skill. With a voice from the void announcing the ultimate test, countless fireballs and ice cones assaulted him. Jiang Chen grinned at this. This is too easy. The 5th sage statue also glowed. Yan Changfeng's face lit up. It seems they really didn't misjudge him. He looked at the 6th statue and murmured, perhaps he really can witness a miracle. Someone who has gained the approval of 6 sages. Aisha had to admit, gaining the approval of 5 sages is indeed an unparalleled talent, but to gain the approval of 6 sages is almost a fantasy. Before she could finish, the 6th statue also emitted a layer of light. Yan Changfeng and the other looked on in disbelief, staring at the 6 statues. They never thought he really obtained it. It seems this Jiang Chen brother from another world will become a figure like the 2nd Pope. Aisha reminded him, after the trial, Jiang Chen might. He fell down because his spiritual energy was exhausted. Help him up. Just then, the central statue of the creation god also shone with a dazzling light. Yan Changfeng couldn't help but widen his eyes. Am I seeing things? Aisha, beside him, was very excited at this sight. My body trembled uncontrollably. Immediately afterwards, the two of them knelt down on one knee with utmost respect. We greet the Creator God. Just then, Jiang Chen also completed the trials of the Ascension Tower and awoke. When he turned to look at Yan Changfeng and the other, he was instantly dumbfounded. Why were these two people prostrating themselves before me? Yan Changfeng told him to look at the statue. You've received that one's approval. The guiding light has been kindled. You can now choose all the sages, including the Creator God. Jiang Chen looked at the Creator God statue, puzzled. Could he also be considered a hidden class? Aisha had never encountered such a situation. She had never seen the Creator God statue glow, but since it's lit up, perhaps this is Jiang Chen's destined opportunity. A mass of golden light enveloped Jiang Chen's entire body, then it continuously contracted towards Jiang Chen's lower abdomen. The class change ceremony is complete. You have become a holy messenger of light. As the light of his successful class change dissipated, Yan Changfeng and Aisha once again knelt respectfully on the ground. I've met the holy messenger of light. This hidden class, the holy master of light. Is their aura that exaggerated? Wait, could it be that wherever I go, I'll encounter this kind of treatment? How can he even accept the quest reward with this? He has to think of a way. Miao Shu. Then he went to Changfeng's side, patted him on the shoulder, and said, Uncle Mao, you're acting so distant, aren't you trying to weasel out of paying?